call right at the end, bro. Told me we won. Yo, Antonio got a motherfucking tap in because Harry Kane's a pussy hole. Ha ha.
Okay, so yo, 1 2 1 2, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Cause I can't hear me. Shit, yo, can y'all hear me? Cause I can't hear me right now. Still, hopefully y'all can hear me. Luke Legend in the place. What are you saying, rude boy? Yo, me and Rye set this up for like first was supposed to be what 7:45, and then because Budgie was doing a stream, and then it went to like 8 o'clock because Budgie was doing a stream, and then it went to 8:15 because I'm whack with my green screen. Like, look, I even got the thing up. Like, look, I just tore it apart. That's how flimsy this thing is, dog. Hold on, you watch. Hold on, let me put it back on still. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, wherever you are. So yeah, so the green screen goes upon there. But it's like I need it bigger and larger. See, I can make it larger, but yo, my room ain't capable for that just now. I gotta move like two things around so you could get like the full green screen thing. Cause it looked like you could see half of my room, and then the other half of my room was like normal. Then the next half of my room was green screen. Mashed up. Mashed up. And then that's why it's like 8:15 now. UK time, 3:15, where me and Frankie D'Lo is. You get what I'm saying? Big up Frankie, big up Luke Legend. Done know. What were your thoughts on the game? Did we play like shit? Or did we play all right and like nick the goal at the end? Was the goal handball? Was it not? Was VAR finally on our side? Is Declan Rice in the building? Like,
He is.
questions, so many questions. Dog. I'm telling you, dog.
How are we doing?
Yo, we're doing good, but I was trying to like set this thing up for the green screen. Look, it's falling all over the place, dog. Look, even things are coming off, dog. And I was trying to like set the green screen thing up, and I told them how like we went from 7:45 to 8 o'clock because Budgie was doing the live streaming thing,
Yeah, it's
and
still
then
going now though.
oh my days, that boy could talk for
Yeah, no, it's
Crawley, dog.
pre-recorded though. It's pre-recorded though.
No, I know. I'm just playing. But it's like, yo, and then I tried to set the green screen thing up, and it's like you could see half of my room like green screened, and then the other half of my room like normal. It was messed up, dog.
How you
Messed
doing, my
up.
brother?
No, I'm doing good. I just was asking, like Lukington's in the building, Frankie's in, Frankington. I'm gonna call everybody Inkington tonight. So yo, Lukington's in the building, Frankington's in the building, Loringkington is in the building.
Peachington is in the building.
Loringkington, Risington is in the building, Peachington is in the building. But yo, no, I just was asking, like, do you think we played shit? Like, I was asking everybody, like, does everybody think we played shit? Did we play all right? Was it a handball? Was it
Well,
not? Is VAR finally like coming like to save us? Like,
well,
go on.
my thoughts on it. Well, first like 25 minutes or whatever, we played
Yep.
quite well, and then we didn't for the
Yep.
rest of the game.
Yep.
Apart from the last like 15 minutes, as soon as
Yeah,
Moyes actually brought them substitutions on, we started playing a lot better.
Yep.
Well, we actually got some different players on the pitch because Sue Fowl had an absolute fucking shocking game.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm gonna break this
Sue Fowl
camera.
played shocking. Cresswell didn't play great.
Yep.
Sutek went missing as well. Antonio was just doing nothing up front.
Yeah.
Like, it's
No,
just
I hear that.
it was a very frustrating game to watch. After 25, 30 minutes, it was frustrating. But then, who came and saved the day?
Big Craig Dawson, dog. That's who came to
Told
save
ya.
the day.
The one time I don't predict him to score, and the
He
one time I
scores.
don't stick a bet on, he fucking goes and scores, doesn't he?
Don't say, yo, it don't surprise me, man. He's a jewel. He is a jewel, man. Like, what? 2 million quid? Yo, I'll take him over Harry Maguire any day of the week.
Oh,
Like, straight up.
exactly. But I don't know if you saw it. I posted on Twitter. I
What's up?
uploaded a screenshot of it before we started.
Yeah,
When I set up. I posted saying, Dawson is a striker, yes please. And then literally 2 minutes later he goes and scores.
I know. And then after that, he was playing like makeshift striker type thing, like just for a second.
I want to see him up front against.
Yeah, I'm not even playing, man.
Next game, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why? Because we've done that before with like center halves we've had. Like you saw Rio do that. Even Anton Ferdinand did that sometimes.
Antonio was a right back.
Yep. Trust me, man. What did you think of Antonio's performance today? It was just like,
shocking.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, out of form, shocking.
And it's not even like he's not getting any service. He's not even running into spaces. Do you know what I mean? Because you know how like everybody's like, yo, he's not getting any service. It's like, okay, you can go on about he's not getting any service, but for service, you need to be in the right place at the right time to receive the ball. Players are looking at him like, you got 3 men around you. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's
yeah. What was I gonna say? That penalty. Did you think it was a penalty?
The penalty that Tillerman scored. Do I think it was a penalty? It was soft. I give you that.
It was a soft penalty, but I do reckon it was a penalty.
Yeah, because if that happened, like if that happened on the pitch, would the ref have given a yellow card for that? Yes. So that makes me say it's a penalty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how I always look at it. It's like if what happens in the box happened like on the pitch, like outside the goal area, outside the box there, I'll be like, okay, if the ref's gonna give a yellow and give a free kick, then it's a penalty, and he would have given a free kick for that, if not a yellow as well, man.
Exactly. But definitely, I definitely think it was a penalty, albeit being a bit soft penalty.
Yeah.
But definitely a penalty. We didn't deserve to win that game, but we didn't deserve to lose. Well,
no, we got the right result.
Well, I say that we played awful for the most part of the game.
I know.
We did well to come back into that. I'm pleased we did come back into it. I'm pleased we got a point.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
And Lawrence agrees with you. Like, he's saying the same thing. Bad performance. Like, I watched what was it today? I watched WeStHaM Fan TV with Dan and JMO on it, like the watch along there, because I never watched their thing before. So I thought, just for a change. Normally I'm on Charlie Walsh's thing, watching his thing.
I was watching the game on my phone.
Yeah.
Football Manager on the laptop, and then on the fucking TV I had Charlie Walsh.
Look at you, multitasking.
They say I can't men can't multitask.
Yo,
play Football Manager, watch a game, and watch along at the same time. You can do it.
Rise is like serious. Like Rise is like like Bill Gates multitasking, dog. But it's like done, no. But it's like, so I was like, why don't I check out like Dan and JMO's thing? And it was good. It was hype, man. It was hype. So
I might have to check one out at some point. But I feel like I'm cheating on Charlie.
I know. And I felt like that the whole time. I felt dirty. I needed to take a shower afterwards, dog, because I felt dirty. I was like, Charlie is my boy. Like, and like, that's just my G, man. Charlito. Like, that is my G, dog. So I was like,
legend Charlie is.
Oh, 100%. So, and I know he wouldn't mind. So I was like, okay, since he's like down for like that open YouTube, like watch along relationship, I was like, I'm going to go check out these guys. Like, just see what they got.
Yeah, check them out.
I checked it out. It was dope. It was, it's no Charlito, but they had a laugh. They were doing shots throughout the whole game and thing. It was a laugh. But yeah, man, it was you were multitasking, and like just I was watching the watch along, and after they were going on about, like, to answer your question, coming around full circle, they thought we played like shit too. Like, they thought that it was like a loss, and I'm trying to say we got a point from that. Like, we would have been mad as we would have been mad as angry birds if that VAR decision went against us and we lost.
Oh, don't. I would have
Imagine
been.
that.
I
Imagine
keep
that.
forget. I keep forgetting that it was looked at by VAR because it was Craig Dawson. Wasn't
Yeah,
it? So I was just
that's
like,
the thing.
I was just sat there celebrating the point, celebrating
Me
Craig
too.
Dawson scoring
Me
and
too.
stuff. And
Me
then
too.
I didn't even realise they were checking it for VAR until like everyone was saying about it. Because I think Charlie was about a minute behind or something
Yeah.
on the watch along.
Yeah.
So because I normally even if Charlie's like at the same time, I normally pause it and wait. So he's about 10 seconds behind or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I can watch it and then see what Charlie says about it and stuff. That's how I do it. That's how I do it.
No.
But
No. No doubt. Like
but
even Epic. Like look at Epic. What's that say? Read that. Read that. Rise.
the
Read
ref didn't
that.
want the ref didn't want us to win. I'm surprised the goal wasn't disallowed.
Me too. I'm surprised too, dog. Like
I'm
go on.
gonna say the ref. I didn't really see that the ref had a bad game reffing. I don't think he had a terrible game reffing. Because like the first half, like people were saying in Charlie's chat and stuff, like the refs having a good game and stuff, and then like second half's a bit of a blur really to me, apart from the goals. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, like fair enough. People, if Epic saying that, like fair play. We've all got our own opinion and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
from
Like
the first half performance of the ref, I said he did a good job, but then like second half, I pretty much blanked out.
I found the ref like let the game kind of flow. I thought the ref let the game flow. Like he if there was like a foul or something, he let the players play. But if they weren't getting anywhere, it was like okay, free kick. You know what I mean? So I thought he was actually good. I thought he was actually like I didn't see him getting in the way too tough. Like real talk. But we've had a lot like Mike Dean. No, thank you. Like there's been a lot worse refs. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Yeah, man. So what's Lawrence is saying Cresswell cost both goals. Yeah, but that's harsh.
That is
That's
quite harsh,
harsh.
especially for the second one, where I think that was more Soufal's fault.
Yeah, and then Lawrence comes back. Soufal was getting schooled by Barnes, so it's like,
Yeah,
I get
exactly.
that's it.
Like I love Soufal to pieces. I think he's a great player, great bloke and stuff. But today, he just had an absolute shocker. He's not been playing well for the past couple of months. I don't know what it is.
I know.
Same with Souček as well. Both of them have not been playing well for the last. Talking of the devil, Charlie is in the building.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, he bet Dawson to score last night during Titch's show. Big up. So
I always, you lot know my affiliation with Dawson. Like I love the man to pieces.
Yeah.
I'll always bet him to score every match. I'll always stick bet on you.
See, I showed so when
the one time I don't do it, he scores. I'm gonna have to stop betting.
So don't do it ever again. Don't let me do it, and I'll send you the money. But it's like when Dawson scored, I was like, yes. I was like BCD, and my dad's like, who's BCD? And I'm like, you don't know about BCD, do you? You don't know about BCD, do you?
BCD.
And he's like, who's BCD, mate? And I'm like, BCD. I'm like, that's Big Dawson, motherfucker. And he's like, Yo,
yeah,
love him. I think he is like, you could play him like you know how Antonio's played like right back, like everything besides goalkeeper, basically. I think Big Dawson can do the same thing. Like,
I want to see Dawson up front for the next match. I'm not even joking.
I'm down. And you know what?
If Zuma's back for the next match.
Oh yes.
If Zuma's back for the next match, Zuma and Diop. Because let's talk about Diop.
Yeah. What a ball. What an
game.
assist, dog.
To be fair, Diop had a cracking game. Like when all this stuff was coming out, like Diop's replacing Zuma and stuff. I'm sat there like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Like
me too. Dog.
Here we go.
Me too. Dog.
But to be fair to him, he had a cracking game. Both him and Dawson in the centre back pairing, they fucking bossed it today.
Yeah.
Like so, yeah. If Zuma's back for the next match, I would say, play Diop and Zuma together and stick Craig Dawson up top. Like,
I'm down, man. I am down for that. Because you got the French connection at the back. All you need is Areola in goal, and like
I want to see Areola playing some more games though.
Me too. It'll happen. Like David Moyes is a big admirer. It'll happen. But you heard what happened to Zuma, didn't you?
Well, I don't know what happened with
He
them
had an
today.
allergic reaction, dog.
To what? The rain?
No, to a Kit Kat bar.
Kit Kat?
No, he grew some whiskers before he went out on the pitch. No, I don't know. I'm just
I
playing.
guess you won't feel it on okay.
Yeah, he won't feel like nothing. But no, I don't know what happened to him differently. Like I
I don't
heard
know,
he
he
had a
pussied out of
bug.
the game by the looks of things.
No, but I heard he had like a bug in his stomach or something, and then I heard like
Yeah,
he hit himself in training. I don't know.
Yeah, he
I don't
might
know,
have.
man.
Yeah, it might have just felt ill or something. Because like it can happen. It can happen to anyone. Look at what happened with Gary Lineker.
Yeah, yeah. Remember? Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that clip when Gary Lineker was playing for England and he shit himself?
That's what I mean. That's what I
Okay,
mean.
good. Okay, good.
That's what
That's
I'm
what
on
I thought.
about.
You remember? I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure, dog. And he's rubbing it. He looked like, you know, when dogs go, like, they take a shit and they rub their ass, like, on the carpet and grass and thing. It's like Lineker was doing the same thing, like, just rubbing his thing on the grass, dog. That was so dope. Oh my days! I'm glad we didn't see Yarmolenko. That made me happy, man.
Oh, me too, me too. As I said last night, he's
Yep.
the player I feared the most out of the Leicester team.
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that.
I'm glad. I'm really glad he didn't start.
Yeah.
And I posted this on Twitter earlier. I posted
What's that?
a photo of Bowen saying, if this man don't win Premier League Player of the Season, something's seriously wrong. Because like, if he don't win Premier League Player of the Season, if he don't get called up for England, then like,
no, he has to. He has to. He's on the same. Who was it I was watching the other day? Jota. I was watching Jota from Liverpool, and he was on. He scored, so he was on 11 goals and like 10 assists or whatever. I'm like, bang, same as Dawson. Oh, sorry, I got Dawson in my head. Same as Bowen. And then now
Dawson in head always.
Bowen's up to 12 now, dog. So it's like, yes, please. Like he has to, and he's only gonna continue to like go up and up and up and up and up and up.
Exactly.
And
like
up.
I can't remember. I saw someone say something. I can't remember if it was on Twitter or if it was on Charlito's watch along or something. But someone said like Danny Dyer for Hammer of the Year, and like if you can write in, everyone's gonna write in for Danny Dyer. I'd write in for Danny Dyer to be Hammer of the Year.
Oh, no doubt, dog. Like whatever she's feeding him, doing to him, like yo, I'm all about it, dog. Like don't split up with you. Watch. It'll be like next season he'll split up with Danny Dyer like in the summer or something, and he'll have a mare of a season next year. And then we'll all be like screaming, Danny Dyer, take Bowen back. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's the couple you want to see together, isn't it?
Yo, you know how we held protests against GSB? We'll hold protests like Danny Dyer split up with Bowen, dog.
You know it, man. You know it.
Oh, so what? We got Newcastle next, yeah? And then is it the FA Cup or is it like vice versa?
I think so.
Yeah, Newcastle.
So I'm not 100% sure. I've not looked at the fixture schedule for a while.
All right. Southampton are playing good, dog. They're playing like they look good against Manchester United the other day. I know we talked about this last night, but they did look good, man. They looked good.
Yeah, like seriously, since they've been bought out and got new owners and stuff, they've really kicked on this season.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even know they got new owners. The only new owners I knew about was like the oil money rich whatchamacallit, Saudi Arabian oil people that got Newcastle. That's it. Who took over Southampton?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but they only paid like 200 million for him or something.
For real,
I was like, Kretinsky paid more than that for what? 30% of the club, you know what I mean? He paid like 3 times that for 30%. Like, but good luck to Southampton with their new owners and all this. Like, they've been kicking on, but just not against us, please.
No, I don't think it'll happen. I don't like. They're touting their manager for the next managerial spot at Manchester United.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. So they're touting. They're touting I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Raganak, Hidaki. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But it's like, apparently they're touting him to be next manager for Manchester United. Do I think he could do a job there? Hell yeah. Because he'll have like tons. He'll have tons to work with at Manchester United. You know what I mean? So it's like, I can see him doing a good job. No doubt about it. I see him doing a good job with Southampton now. But it's like, is the FA Cup in there? Is that in their focal vision right now? Like, are they more concentrating on like finishing as high in the league for more money, or are they really thinking about like trying to win the FA Cup? I think they're in a position that we've been in the past, where it's like they want that high position in the league. So we just have to put out our like starting lineup and have a go, man. Because I think we could have the best of them, and I prefer to play them rather than Kidderminster or like Luton Town or Barnsley or any of those teams.
You know who I wanted? You know who I wanted in the
You
FA
wanted
Cup?
Peterborough so you could like watch the match from where you live. I know.
Exactly.
I know.
So, yeah,
Now,
at
I
least,
was
at
hoping
least,
for
at
that
least
too.
my
I was
camera's
hoping for that
clean
too.
now.
Go
At
on.
least my camera's, because did you see all the lines coming from the lights? So I needed to clean my camera. And that's why I went off for a minute.
Okay.
But I'm sorted. The camera's clean. There's no reflections off the lights.
There you go. That looks. It looks like a West Ham jam in your gates, dog. Straight
Oh
up.
yeah, I'm gonna stick up the my glass picture thing. That's going up.
Oh yeah, that's dope. That's
Up there
dope.
at some point
That's dope.
tomorrow or something.
That's dope. So, what do you think our chances are? Is it Newcastle? Must be at London Stadium, no? Or is
Yes,
it
it's
away?
at home
Okay,
because we
good.
played them. We played them away first game of the season.
Good. I fancy us against them, man. I really do. I fancy us
I
against
do.
them. Like, I know they
Antonio.
and no, it's Antonio. See, he's Antonio, and then we got Antonio. See, that's why I always put like a hyphen thing in between. So it's like it's not Antonio, it's Antonio,
Give me a second.
Antonio. Blups. Trust me. Big up Anton Baker. Yo, hope you're well. Hope your little bubba's well. Trust me. Yeah, yo, I think Newcastle will have them for like breakfast, brunch, lunch, tea, and a midnight snack. Southampton, same things. I think we'll have them for like an early breakfast, and then a breakfast, then a brunch, then a lunch, then an early tea, another tea, then a late night snack, and a snack when you come home after getting pissed and eating a kebab, dog. That's what I'm saying. We'll do both of them in. So we'll be on like a 2-game winning streak, and then we play
Give me a second.
Villa. Yeah, no problem. And then we play Villa, who we got these colors from. And then we play Villa, and it's like I fancy us against Villa too, because Villa lost today against Newcastle. What is that all about, El Ghazi? Or like, yo, what is that all about, Mister? Who is it? Not you, Lawrence Watkins, but Ollie Watkins. Like, what was that all about? I don't know, man. Villa. I was saying, like, yo, I think we're gonna do in Newcastle. I think we're gonna do in Southampton in the cup, and then we play Villa. And like Villa haven't been really impressing me because they done lost to Newcastle. It was today, wasn't it? They lost to Newcastle today.
Yeah, I think what was it 1-0 on it?
I think so, man. So it's like, yo, bring them on. Let's have a gander.
So I think it's going to be a good game against Newcastle. Like, I know a few people that are going down there that are Newcastle fans. That I know one person that's going down there who's a Newcastle fan. Just someone that knows my uncle and all that.
Wicked.
Like, he's going down for it.
That's supposed to be a wicked away game, man. Like, trust me, I've been to Newcastle before, and like, yo, the girls there, they're very friendly, dog. Like, very.
I know,
like,
all the girls are friendly.
You get what I'm saying, right? Like, without like being like sounding like a pighead. Like,
oh yeah, no, they're nice.
They're really friendly down there, dog. Like, really friendly. But you know what? All the people seem to be in good spirits. Like, I was like, yeah, I support West Ham. They're like, yeah, up the hammers. You know what I mean? It wasn't like there was no beef. There was no beef at all. And it was like they just like to like go around, get pissed, have a good time. I was like, I'm about it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
No, they were. Yo, Anton, I put the link in the thing.
Yeah, no, what he said to my that's what I was doing a second ago.
I beat you to it because I'm fast. I'm like quick draw.
I've already said it. I said it to you on Facebook a minute ago.
Oh, okay.
Before you posted it in the chat.
Easy there, rude boy. So, yo, the man of the match. Who was your man of the match?
Bowen.
Yeah?
Goal and an assist.
Yeah?
Look, you can't not pick him.
Yeah?
You can't not pick him.
But you can. You can not pick him.
Can you though? Can you?
No, but you really can. But you can't because it's like, okay, check this out. I think Suchek's getting hated on. And I'm gonna start the Facebook fan club of like Suchek's getting hated on. Cause like
Yeah.
he runs all across the pitch. He's like Big Craig Dawson. Him and Big Craig Dawson are in the same class. And like he does so much, but you're not seeing the goals. You're not seeing like him doing a crunching tackle. Well, he puts them crunching tackles in still. But the amount of headers he wins, the amount of running he does, him being in the right place at the right time, like he kind of sets up for people like Fornals and whatchamacallit and Ben Rama and Bowen and Antonio to kind of do their thing. But after an assist and a goal, you can't really ignore that. You know what I mean? You can't really ignore like Bowen having a man of the match performance. So yeah, I just think I'm just so vexed.
Reset.
Yes. What's up, my G?
What's up, Peachy boy? You well, mate?
I'm good. How are you? How's the little Bubba?
He's doing well, mate. He's doing well. Unfortunately, I've got a bit of the old Rona. I've got the Rona.
Yeah.
Oh no, have you?
No,
I do, mate. I do.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, not good at all.
That's why
You've
I'm
had
stuck in the air. That's why I've got time to stream and I can sit in here and I can, you know, the missus and the family are all through in that room and I'm stuck in this room. So
and you can watch a shit channel like ours. And
nah, it's not. It's not. No, it's not good that. It's just just the Rona. But I'm doing all right, mate.
Every time someone joins the stream when I'm on, I have to reset because it messes up my audio on it for some reason.
Oh, sorry, Missy boy. Listen, lads, respect's the point. Respect.
I didn't say nothing different. Yo, Anton, I'm on your page, Doc. I'm on your page. 100.
Yeah.
100.
You know, traveling to Leicester, right? And I know we've recently got a good record. In actual fact, I think we've got quite a good record against them as a whole in the Premier League. But going to the King Power Stadium when a team is struggling and desperate to get some results, especially when the manager is under a bit of pressure, they've got problems with, you know, injuries here, there, and everywhere. And then, you know, when we're not playing well, because we're not playing well, but to grind out a result somehow, that's what we've done again. And we're walking away with a point, and it's a well-respected point, in my opinion.
We did that against Watford, didn't we? Really? Like, Bowen, last minute. Yeah. We did that against Kidderminster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bowen, last minute. Like,
don't get me started on the kiddie game.
But the thing is, though, like you know, it takes you back to when you know, pre-Moyes, and even under Pellegrini, even under Bilic, even under certain points, you know, we would have lost a lot of these games that we're grinding out some results. But we sit here and we get disappointed, and we are disappointed because we're like, oh well, we could have got 3 points, and you know, when I think back to the Man United game at Old Trafford, the game could have gone either way. But imagine we had managed to sneak those 3 points, or if the game had been a draw, then the gap wouldn't have been as tight as it is because Man United would have dropped off again. And it's just, you got to think, you know, someone, who was I talking to? Can't even remember who I was talking.
It was Stato, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, but someone else. I can't remember who it was. And they were talking about, and they were saying how, where was it? It doesn't matter anyway, but they were saying that they're going to be awful. Oh no, it was on Jake's channel. That's what it was. And it was a Tottenham fan that came on and he said, you know, this season, you know, to qualify for 4th place, it's going to be like, you've got to be pretty much, it's going to be one of the worst 4th place finishes ever in terms of quality. And what I said was, in actual fact, I feel like many teams have started to close the gap.
Yeah.
On some teams, not on the Man Cities and maybe not on the Chelseas and Liverpools, but are closing the gap on everyone else. So,
I hear that.
And that's what makes West Ham fans so frustrated with the transfer window, and but then even at that, we have to look back at what Moyes is wanting to achieve and want to do and stuff like that. So it's just it's, you know, we could have won the game today, but we could have lost the game today. So
exactly, like the point is good because Man United lost.
Yeah,
well,
and who else
Tottenham lost as well.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, and at the end of the day, you want points on the board rather than you do want games in hand. It's a little bit like when you go to sell a player, you'd rather have the player than the money. Sometimes, you know, we've made the mistake before in the past with Rio Ferdinand and all that sort of stuff, you know. So
is Rio Ferdinand. I got the thing right here, and it has like that right there. That's the team of 1999, 2000. And
Yeah.
you got your Ian Pearson, Scott Minto, Frank Lampard, Craig Forrest, Bywater, Hislop, Rio Ferdinand, Joe Cole, Michael Carrick. Like,
Good
you know what I'm
squad.
saying? Oh,
Yeah.
one of the best, man, ever. But like
Absolutely.
we have to appreciate. I agree with you, Anton. We have to appreciate and respect the point today, because that VAR decision in any other game we played this season would have gone against us.
Yeah, I mean, I've not saw the replay
Oh, you have a
after the
look.
game.
You have a
I've not
look.
saw the replay after the game,
You have
but
a look.
Matt was watching it because I was doing the show, and Matt said
Yeah.
that the Sky Sports showed the video again, and it is a handball, but VAR. Is it? I mean, is it as clear as mud?
Yeah, because like, okay, so when
We've already said about it.
Yeah,
have they actually fucked up that much?
Yeah, because it's like, okay, so this is the this is the sleeve right here, right? So if it goes beneath the sleeve, and it hit him like right there.
So this is what Matt was trying to say to me during.
But there was no intent. There was no intention.
No, there was no intent. But from my someone had said on the stream that if it doesn't, if you're wearing a short sleeve shirt, as long as it's not below the line, I know that can be.
Yep.
It can change depending on the size of your shirt, I suppose you're making. But yeah, but I mean, I thought it hit right here. So is right here a handball? That's what the question I asked, because I don't really know.
That's not a handball.
That's not.
That's not a handball.
Also, the thing is, you can get ball to hand as well.
Yeah, but hold on a minute then. So what? Why are they saying it's handball then?
Because I saw it like right, like under his shoulder. I saw it like like if somebody punched you in the upper arm, that's like right there. That's where I saw it.
And the question I'm asking then is that classified as a handball?
I'd say so. Because it's like from your shoulder, from here down, and it was like there. That I have a look at it. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's not a handball. And then my father was like, that's a handball all day long. And I was like, no. And then I looked, I was like, shit, yeah, that is a handball. And then VAR came into it, and I'm like, we're not getting this goal just because our record with VAR is atrocious. And I don't know how and why, but they didn't overturn it. And I couldn't believe it, man. It was like, finally, there is a God. Like, because we've had some iffy decisions when it's like touched Mikel Antonio's like big toe and the goal hasn't been given. Do you know what I mean, Anton?
Yeah. I'm actually looking up the rules.
Please do.
Now I'm just trying to see what they are.
But
I mean,
change, don't they? They change. It's like apparently the goals that like Antonio and Rice scored, when Rice got done for like it hit his arm, and then like he beat two players and then went on to score. He got done for that. That was no goal. And then Antonio, that was like the second time he got done, which was not his fault. But then the next season they say, oh no, we changed the rules. That's allowed now. And it's like, so we're just made to be an example for them to change the rules. They're making the game as it goes along. It's mad.
I mean, I'm just trying to find what defines. So Happy Amaret's saying the shoulder and above is not a handball, isn't it? But the question is, we need to find out what the rules are. I'm just being. I mean, listen, we've been given the point, but I really want to know, because it's saying here an accidental handball by an attacking player or teammate will be penalised, blah, 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 blah. If an attacking player accidentally touches the ball with their hand or arm, then scores a goal. Of course, that's the rules we know, but we just don't know what they define. Well, hold on a minute. No, hold on a second.
Go on.
I'm going to share a screen.
Yeah, go on.
This is on the Premier League website. There's a clear image there, if you want to put that up.
Yeah, hold up. There we go.
So for me,
so I
Dawson,
think he hit him.
For me, it hit just above the red line.
See, that's what it's like, Anton. Honestly, that's like some. In tennis they got that eagle eye thing to tell if the ball's in or out.
Yeah.
It's like there might be that much of the ball on the lower part, and they're like handball. But then there might be that much more of the ball on the upper part, and they'll be like no handball. So that's probably what they did. Really, like it might have looked, because they probably examined the shit out of it, and they probably saw there was more on the upper than the lower, so they're like no handball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
100.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just more into it. I get a little bit addicted to this sort stuff. Sorry.
That's fine, mate. That's fine,
Just
mate.
want to find out.
We've all known you on WeStHaM Network for a long time.
Yo, your name should be Stato, dog. Yo, straight up.
No, I'm not that level at all.
No, not on par with Matt. No.
Just looking nice.
Yo, Matt puts two things down, dog. I'm not even playing with you.
Yeah, but he never stops talking.
Yeah.
Stop. Nah, he's a good laugh. He's a good laugh.
He talks sense, though. He talks sense, man. You have to big up Stato, man. He talks sense, man. Trust me.
His knowledge of football was second to none.
That's what I'm saying.
But then again, me and him had a disagreement on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we had a disagreement on the show, and the disagreement was over Creswell and the penalty. He said that Creswell would be as well of letting the ball go by him. But what I was trying to say was Creswell was never in the circumstances to be able to do that, because if he'd have let the ball go by him and they had scored, he would have been crucified. What Creswell did was a generic mistake, a knee-jerk reaction mistake. I don't think Creswell intentionally went, I'm just going to put my hand up and parse this away. Yeah, he jumped up, he was mid-air, he went for the header, went away, and for some stupid reason, as we all know, sometimes when you're lying in bed or you're sitting down chilling out, you just go like, or you jump or you twitch. It was like a twitch. Yeah. And he just, you know, and he just, it's just reaction was just handled. And as soon as he done it, he knew, oh man, what have I done? So
yeah, you could see the reaction straight away. It was like a knee-jerk reaction, like he knew something went wrong, and even he wasn't in control of it. Like you said, it was like a twitch or something. Like, no, 100%.
Yeah, it wasn't Cresswell's best game.
Oh, no, Fabianski, he didn't have that much to do, did he? Really? Like, they were shooting like all over the park. Like, yeah. Every time they shot, it was like, yeah, we'll have some of that. Like, all day long.
You totally make a valid point there, though, Peach, because in actual fact, when you look at most of our games, I'd be intrigued to see what the stats are, but a lot of teams don't really shoot from inside the box. We always we must defend as much as we leak goals. We must defend that 18-yard box reasonably well, because we always invite the opposition to shoot from distance, and 9 times out of 10. Our memory of their shots are always in row Z. And, you know, when you do the commentary on the game, 9 times out of 10, you're saying, he shot row Z, row D, row E. That's what you say a lot. And it's like, well, hold on a minute.
Oh, it's ended up in my garden shed.
Yeah,
stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, when Antonio shoots, it's ended up in your garden shed as well. But it's...
What are we thinking about Antonio? What are you thinking about Antonio from today?
It's a tough one, man.
Moving forward.
It's a tough one, then. It's a tough one because I feel I don't know. I love Antonio, and I don't want to let my love for Antonio guide my footballing opinion. But I feel like if Moyes can say to Antonio, stop trying to be something you're not and be what you are, then we may get the best out of Antonio again. But right now, what I'm noticing with Antonio, I think there was like 3 or 4 occasions in the game where he had his back to goal and the ball came to him and he held off the defender. And then he waited for the midfielders to come in and he laid the ball off to them. And it looked good. And that looked like the old Antonio. But that was only 3 times he'd done it. There were several other times that he'd done it. And he'd done it against Watford all the time where the ball came through to him. And the first thing he tried to do was take one touch around the defender. And that's not his skill set. That's not his ability. He can't do that.
So Craig Dawson did manage to do it though, didn't he? In the Watford game. That was brilliant.
So it's frustrating. Yes. And equally, I'm sitting there and I'm going, right, okay, what do we do? Do we change it up and do we put Bowen up top? However, you've got Bowen who is playing out of his skin. He's banging in goals left, right, and centre. He's assisting goals left, right, and centre. Stats per game are phenomenal. And
he has win player of the season.
Well, he's clearly said, though, hasn't he, Reese? He's clearly said his best position himself. He wants to play as the right wing. That's where he wants to be. So, and I know people will go mental saying, well, we should have brought a striker in. But do you know what? Newcastle are there for the taking. Like, I know Matt said it's the worst time we can play them. They've won 3 games on the spin. But they're still getting used to these new players. There's a lot of new players there. I think Trippier potentially picked up an injury today. he may not make the game. He's been their kind of saving grace over the last couple of games.
Because he's the one that scored today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I said earlier, I'd personally put Craig Dawson up front for the next game.
Do you know what? Dawson just defies the laws of normality, and
he does.
He's such a brilliant player. Honestly,
I do love him. I've loved him all along, and I love the fact that he's proven so many people wrong. I wouldn't, Reese, though. I really wouldn't, because I think he's like our most consistent defender.
Yeah, but no, I would play him up front. I'll put Diop and Zuma if Zuma's back in centre back, because Diop had a cracking game today. Like, honestly, like I was shitting it when he said that he was going to be starting instead of Zuma, and then like fair play to him, he pulled it out the bag, had a really good game.
Yeah, I just feel like Dawson's our most consistent defender, and what we can't afford to do is constantly chop and change that defense, because for me, when Diop lost his confidence was when we had all the injuries in the defense. So when we lost Zuma and when we lost Creswell, then he was playing alongside Masuaku, then he was playing alongside Longello, then he was playing alongside Johnson, then he was playing alongside Sufal. And Diop is a confidence player, so he wasn't getting used to that. We were relying heavily on him, and bang, he was getting caught out. A game like today, even though Creswell wasn't at the races, was a good. I summarised by the game the following way. This game, the positives to take from this game were there was 3 players we needed to have a good performance, squad players that needed to have a good performance, and the 3 players did. Diop, Benrahma, and Vlasic.
Yep. I hear that. And you have Dawson, who had a beautiful performance. You have Bowen, who had a beautiful performance, and Souček, I'd say. I think he had a beautiful performance. So
I wouldn't say he had a beautiful performance. He's not been playing as good as he was last season.
Oh, bollocks!
A lot of his passes. Fuck off. A lot of his,
no. Like, he's in the right place at the right time. Every match he plays, like half the world is covered by water. The rest of the world is covered by a man like Thomas Souček, dog. Straight up, like he does like. He runs like 12,000. He runs 12,000 kilometers a match. Sufal runs 11,000 kilometers a match, and like I'm not even a statistical guy, but I know them 2 things.
Well,
like,
there's one player that I really thought is one of his worst games in a West
Ham
today.
I was so happy when he walked over.
100%.
I'm not digging him out individually. Moyes, Russ said earlier on in the chat, like, you should have subbed Sufal earlier than what he did. However, I think he subbed him, still pretty early for a David Moyes substitution, and he got it right. But he couldn't handle Barnes. Barnes was all over us down that side. That's where Leicester beat us today, was down the left.
Yeah,
completely down the left.
But then again, we beat them down the right as well.
Yeah,
with Bowen. It's the thing. We got. Sorry, Sufal wasn't fault for that second goal, I believe, because he just stood there when Barnes was attacking. So I was like, why isn't he going for it? Why isn't he?
He just didn't have the pace. He's a clip. And I don't know if you noticed when they made the substitution, they brought off Maddison. I can't remember, was it Lookman they brought on?
Yeah,
they actually put Barnes in the middle of the park, because once Sufal had gone off, they were getting no luck down that right-hand side anymore, because Fredericks was there, and Fredericks has pace. So Fredericks can get to the ball quickly. So it was quite interesting, because I thought it was going to be Johnson, and Matt said, no, it'll be Fredericks for pace. And he was right. He was totally right. It was. And bang, Barnes had no threat down the left anymore. 20 minutes to go. If you look back at the highlights, you'll see no threat from Barnes on the left-hand side. The only threat Barnes had was through the middle. But what that game taught me was Barnes is a tidy player.
Oh, tidy, bang tidy, man. Like, he's bang tidy. Barnes is, man. Who was he playing in the middle with? Who was playing in the middle with Barnes when he went there, and who went out?
Don't actually know who went in the middle with him there. Who? Oh, that boy. What was his name? The double-barreled lad.
Dewsbury Hall.
Dewsbury Hall, yeah.
Yeah, I know about him. I saw he plays for Cambridge team, football manager.
Yeah, he had a good game. as well.
I thought that Ciancho or whatever. I don't know. I rate him as a defender. He's quality.
What, the one
man.
that has hair like I used to have.
Sorry,
you go.
Soniachu. How do you say it? Soyancho or something like that? Yeah.
I have no
But
idea
I know
how
I
to
had
say
hair
it,
like
dog.
him before.
My dad says it like Saniance. I say it like Saniachu. Like somebody will say different. Yeah,
I think he's
that
Turkish,
bloke
isn't
from
he?
Leicester.
Is he Turkish?
I think he is. Yeah,
I think you're right, man.
Turkish, Austrian, or something.
And I think he is. I think he is Turkish. But they've put Amarte. I mean, Leicester have been struggling. They're playing midfielders in the defence, and they've got a defender on the bench.
Yep.
They're not willing to play. So, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what we can do. You know what? If we get points while not playing well, and we can dust the cobwebs off, and we're due a good performance with a good win.
I think that's going to come against Newcastle. I really do. And Southampton.
It could. Yep. Because in theory, on paper, where we are in theory the favourites, but Newcastle are on form, so it brings and because they've got the money, the pressure goes on top of them. We're at home with the home crowds, and we know what the home crowd could be like. But as long as we're behind them, then fingers crossed.
So a lot of the way through the game, all you could hear was Unfair blowing bubbles, and then all you could hear was Bowen's on fire. You couldn't hear the Leicester fans singing at all in that game.
No, I know.
All you could hear was us, and I don't know how many we took. Was it 3,000 maybe we took compared to their 25,000? I'm not sure how big King Power is, but the only stadium I've been to in Leicester is Leicester Tiger ones.
Yeah, I've not been to the stadium.
I said that though. I said that.
Premier League
it sounded sorry, Raz, but it sounded like a home match. Like, go on with what you were saying, but I just wanted to agree with you. Like, it sounded like at home.
Yeah, I don't know how many fans we took. Probably 3,000, didn't it?
Yep.
That's probably what we took. And they were out singing the 20, 25, 30,000 Leicester fans that were there. So fair play to them. Yeah. So I don't know. I've never been to King Power. Seeing as I think it's probably the closest Premier League stadium to me, but I've not been there.
32,000 seats.
Or Norwich. One of the two of them are the closest.
The attendance today was 32,000.
I read an article today that the King Power, like, it was like who holds like the most supporters in the ground at like one time, and we averaged around 57th, and we were in 10th spot, and King Power was first. Like, for the attendance they have, they get nearly 100% of that attendance week in and week out. So we did.
We did when we were at the Boleyn. We maxed out the Boleyn a lot of the time, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Even when we went down into the championship.
Well, there was once upon a time though, like going to Upton Park and actually going to away games was never as tough as it is now. I'm trying to think, like, so my first game would have been Tony Cotty's second debut for the club at Anfield.
Oh, nice one.
He got sent off. He got sent off in that game.
Right.
And then when I was, I kept going to games after that with my family, and then I got old enough to go to games, and I remember being in the Championship, and I was going to Bolton. Bolton away, you'd be lucky. Do you know how you look at some like League One away to attendances, and you've got fans that are sitting, and it's like there's like 100 free seats, and then there's like 10 fans. There's 100 free. That's what it was like. Wow. That's what it was like in some of the weigh-ins, and people keep, there's this hysteria about. It's great that we've got the fan base that do it and travel now. We want that. That's great. That's fine, but it's not always been like that.
It was like COVID before COVID.
I went to like because of where I live. I always chose the north of England games, so it was like the Wiggins, the Prestons, the Crews, anything in the north of England that I could go to.
It's easier for you to get to, though, isn't it? Like you went to Newcastle at the beginning of the season.
Sunderland, like Blackburn,
all that. Yeah. But when you go to those games, it never, ever, ever used to be. It never used to be as busy as what it is now. And getting a ticket is so tough. But I don't even know why how did we get onto that topic?
I don't know, but keep going.
Talking about the amount of away fans at Leicester.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's good to see that. I mean, hopefully I've been offered a ticket today should we go to Liverpool away? So that should when's that
match?
That's the game after Newcastle, March the 5th. Is it the game after Newcastle?
I really want to try and get a ticket for Norwich away. I really want to try and get a ticket for Norwich away.
Norwich away.
Yeah, because I'm literally in between Norwich and Leicester, pretty much where I live.
Yeah,
pretty much banging between the two of them. Like, so if I could get a ticket away from Norwich, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Because also I saw something on Twitter earlier about the football food and stuff like the football, and they look like they make some good food at Carrow Road.
Nice.
Like pork rolls and stuff. And
You jump on that train, Reese. You know the train's inside out, mate.
Oh, it's only one train. It's only one train.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, if I go into Peterborough, it's one train, 2 trains from here, so it's not too bad.
It's the same as me, mate. Two trains down to London. That's me.
That's not bad. Where do you arrive? Victoria? Do you arrive in Victoria or Waterloo?
Euston, isn't it?
Me, it's now Euston. It used to be King's Cross. It was King's Cross. It was King's Cross before. Yep. King's Cross before COVID, and then after COVID, it's now London Euston.
Right.
In actual fact,
bigger than the West Coast.
Yeah, the West Coast one. And if I was to do, I could get really, really cheap trains if I could go down the East Coast because they've now opened up a new train line.
Lumo,
yeah, the Lumo one. But the problem for me is that would add on a good solid hour and a half to my journey that I don't need to add on. It's extra. So, I've got to kind of go within the time limits. But when I went down to the Watford game there, I actually learned that I can do a 7:45 kickoff quite no problem at all.
So what? How long would it take?
Well, it doesn't. For me, traveling down, if I've done it so much now that I feel like I've learned to perfect it, unless there's problems with the line. Be sure about this. Sometimes there's problems with the line. Sometimes there's not. But I can get down. I can be right. So let me think. If I want to be down for a 3 o'clock kickoff, I would physically leave this house at 5:20
in the morning.
Yeah, and I would
get 4 or 5 hours down from Glasgow on the train, isn't it?
It is, but I need to get up to Glasgow from a train here, so I need to get to that. What I don't want to do is take my car, so I get a taxi from this house to the train station, which isn't that far really. It's not walkable though. Then I jump on a train there up to Glasgow, and then I swap over trains. And that train, the next one I go on, is the direct train to London, and that train is 4.5 hours, if that.
Yeah, then you got to change over.
But then when I'm in London, so it doesn't matter really for me. Like I've done the big part of the journey, so doing the tubes is nothing really.
Yeah, exactly. Like it takes me about. I could get to the stadium in about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, and I could be in the pub. I could be in the pub at half past midday at Stratford.
What? Yeah. So what? What?
And that's coming from another country.
That's what I'm saying. That's not bad.
And in actual fact, even though it sounds like it's a long time, all I've done is really sit down.
That's it. And you could have a little kip. You could have a little kip on there too if you just set your alarm on your phone or whatever. Yeah. I
can go for a walk up and down the train.
Of course.
I can watch movies. I can do loads of stuff like that. So then I get to on the way back. If it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, I could, if I wanted to, go for a drink after a 3 kickoff. So that's 3:45, 4:45, and as long as I get to Hackney Wick train station for 5:30, no later than 5:30, I will make the 6:30 train, which gets me back to Scotland to get the last train down to where I live. And I walk through this door just after midnight, literally.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
like dope. I would say it takes me about.
That's dope.
If I go by LeIcsTeEr on the East Coast, it don't take an hour, 45 minutes to get to London, but that's just so much more money. Like I'll just take the slow train. It only costs if it's a Sunday, I can get all the way to the stadium for 19 quid.
Reece, you ready for this, mate? Do you know what my train cost me on Tuesday? And I don't mind telling people this.
Okay, hold on. From where? From your man to the Houston place?
Yeah, so I'm talking from my town, not the taxi. Forget the taxi, because I actually didn't get a taxi this time. I got dropped off. So from the town I live to the Glasgow to London, London to Glasgow to where I live.
Like a round trip ticket. Yeah? Okay, I have no idea because I don't know the prices like them ways there rise. You give
I'm the expert.
Yeah, I know. So then I'll have my guess. So go on, Rice.
Oh, this is a hard one though because it's Atlantic West Coast and they're usually expensive. But the way
it sounds reasonable. The way he's talking, it sounds reasonable. Yeah, it sounds reasonable.
Think about it like this, right? Because I live where I live, I've got 3 kids, you know, all that sort of stuff. I couldn't. I've got the season ticket. I couldn't. I have to make it. I have to justify it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has to be justified. So, you know, if I said to the missus, I'm going down and I'm spending 300 quid, she would be like, you are not going down. So, like,
I'm going to say about 50 quid all in.
It was 50 quid return, mate. 52 quid
Boss!
return. That's mental. That's so, like, for the journey that I've done, it's cheap. I know a lot of people out there might not be able to afford that. That's fine, but that's really, really cheap for what I'd done in a day. And I got to go and see the thing that I love the most, WeStHaM and stuff like that. So, you know, before my kids were here, I would do that literally every 2 weeks. I would do that on the plane. Because the plane was different because I didn't have to be back at specific times for the kids and stuff like that. So planes used to be about 50 or 60 quid return, but then I would have to get to the airport, park my car overnight, or get dropped off and get picked up.
You don't need that. Yeah, you don't need
that. But the train is just so easy. You get dropped off at the train station, boss, you're on the train back.
Now, let me ask you this. How much does the cabbie cost?
The taxi?
Yeah.
From here to the train that I get, 7 quid.
Oh, you're joking me! I thought you were gonna say like double-digit things.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say if I get a taxi into Peterborough to get the train, it's like 11, 12, 13 quid. It's not too bad, but I live about 7 or 8 miles. But I can easily just walk about half hour to get to the local train station and make a connection in 10 minutes. Like,
But listen to this. This is what makes it even better. The 7:45 kickoffs. I can jump on the trip. So this is what I did on Tuesday, right? I took Tuesday off from work, and I never took Wednesday off from work because I came home and I worked on Wednesday with my job. So on Tuesday, I took my kids to their schools and their nursery, dropped them off at 9 o'clock. I then went and got a coffee and went and got a train from my local town up to Glasgow. I was in Glasgow within plenty of time, and my train left Glasgow at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, you still made it for the kickoff.
I came down. I must have got down. I think I met Matt. No, actually, I went and done some other stuff that I had to do for my dad. And so I was down about 3 o'clock. I think I was down at 3 o'clock, exactly, actually, on the nail in London. I had 4 hours, 45 minutes to spare. Met up with all the lads, eventually went for a drink and stuff like that. Upgraded my ticket at the last minute and jumped on the sleeper train on the way home.
Dope.
Yeah.
What I didn't do was I didn't buy a bed. So I just took. They've got several. Yeah, because if I took the bed, they would have charged me 160 quid.
A lot more money.
Yo, that's smart, dog. So what did you sleep on? Just the chair?
So,
or like,
well, it's not your typical chair either. So they've got bigger chairs.
Yeah.
Yes, Anton.
So you can kind of recline them, not fully. Not fully. And so it was 10 to midnight. It left. Yeah. And they slow the train down. It's a slow train.
So about 8 hours to get to Glasgow, doesn't it?
People can get asleep, yeah. And I curled up. I had 2 seats together. I curled up and I slept on and off for about 4 hours or so.
Yeah.
And I arrived back in Glasgow at about 7:15, 7:30 in the morning. Jumped down on the train to where I live, and turned up at my son's school, Freddie's school, just about 10 minutes before he arrived. He didn't expect me there. And I had a WeStHaM flag for him, and he was buzzing for life, and I was like, do you know what? See not being able to sleep, totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Yo, that is
proper jealous, though.
Proper way of traveling, dog. Like that is. I'd run that. I would run that. Rise would run the same thing, dog.
Last time I did West Coast at night.
Yeah.
You know what? I went on that 4-day tour, didn't I? Like, I can't wait. So I told you I was coming up to Glasgow way, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's right.
I just completely. I stayed up for everything about nearly 2 days.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not sleeping. What's the point in sleeping? Like everyone else is like falling asleep on the train and all that because we didn't have beds on it. Everyone else is like curling up and like I'm just sat there like, why is everyone sleeping? Like, you know what I mean?
I've done the sleeper train in the past. But when I say I've done it in the past, it was because I didn't have kids and I didn't have a mortgage.
Yeah.
You know, so I could have I was working at the time, so I was like, well, listen, I'll just spend my money and I'll get the sleeper train. And it was a little bit extra, and I loved it because I could sleep. And now the fact that I've got 3 kids under the age of 5, I can sleep anywhere. So you know,
yeah, we've been me and my mates have been planning on doing one for a while, but I've not been working for like 6 weeks or whatever. It's a bit out at the moment, isn't it? So
yeah, absolutely it is. But now I've come back with blood. Well, I don't know if it's come from London, but I had I done a test for 2 days. I was negative, and then on the third day I done a test and I was positive. So
this is your second time getting it, isn't it? This is your second
No, I've
time?
never had it before. No, it was my wife that had it.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
So what are you doing at the moment? Are you sleeping in a different bed and like keeping yourself in a different bit of the house?
Yeah, I'm in the spare room, and then this upstairs. I'm in the spare room down the stairs. So this is where this is like the kids' room stroke office. So no one's allowed in here. And then upstairs,
where you sold kid playroom to record content.
Office. Yeah, basically. So
I bet it's quite hard for you though with not being able to see the little one and everything.
Oh, 100.
I mean, I can see them. I'm not.
Yeah.
Speak to them, but you just got to keep.
Yeah, speak to them.
Yeah, you don't got to learn.
Yeah, I'm pretty hands on. So that's the part that's I struggle. But the kids kind of, I've got a mask on when they come near me or whatever, and they don't come near me and stuff. But yeah, it's fine. I mean,
that's when I thought I had it before.
Yep.
That was the hard part about it when I went out to see my daughter and stuff. So
yeah,
the only thing about it.
That was like Milesy, Andy Miles. He had it like during Christmas, and he couldn't chill with his mom and dad, like he couldn't chill with his family, his girl, whatever. Like he couldn't chill with like nobody, and he was upstairs in his room, and he took a picture of him, and like he had like his family all eating downstairs in the bar like Christmas dinner, and this poor boy is up in his bed. Like, it sucks, man. And he said he felt really weak from it. You find those same symptoms, like Anton?
No, I'm not. I've got extremely mild. I'm so mild. Like I actually. Someone said to me today. My dad said to me, "How am I feeling?" He said, "Oh, I hope you get better, son." And I'm like, "Dad," I said, "Right now, my personal symptoms, I feel like hay fever's worse."
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I've only got like a blocked nose and I would say a little tickly cough, not a sore throat, don't have a sore head. I feel fine except for the fact I've got a sniffly nose. I felt a bit tired. I put it down to traveling back from London, done a test, bang, positive.
Yep.
And that's it. So
it's weird. Like some people.
Oh God, Stelios is in the chat.
Oh, big Stelios. What do you mean, man? The one and the only Stelrama. But it's like, yo, honestly, it's like people have got that, Anton, and they have the same symptoms as you. Where it's like one of my father's friends, who's from Wales, he had it, and he didn't feel that there was anything wrong with him, but he got diagnosed.
I know a few people that have had it.
It's messed up in it. Like
it's weird because different people's immune systems react differently to things.
Yep.
Because when I went on this rail tour that I said about this 4-day thing, like we had a pandemic of norovirus break out on the train, which is like a sickness and diarrhea bug. 99% of people on that train got ill with it. And I was sat with them, like in close contact with them. I was completely fine. I didn't get any symptoms, get affected by anything, but pretty much everyone else on the train was ill with this virus thing that was going around. And I was one of the only ones that was fine with it. So it's the same with COVID.
I was the same, mate. I genuinely was like, I mean, I've been up and down to London 6 or 7 times since lockdowns have opened up. I've been out a few times. Up here we still wear masks out when we go into shops and stuff. Down south, I know you don't.
Yeah, we still got.
And I came back and I've not had it to my knowledge. I've done tests. I've not had it to my knowledge, but I thought I was going to avoid it completely, but I've not. But I don't feel ill from it. I just feel a bit whatever,
Yeah, it's a whole different topic altogether. The only thing that I guess I'm concerned of, and like Rise is concerned of, is that you get better as soon as possible, man. Like
I am fine, no. Like I mean, people always say that. It's funny. It's like get better. My family keep phoning me up saying get better, and I'm like I'm not ill. Like I know I technically am, but I'm not. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, you feel like you feel fine, but there's just a little bit there.
Yeah, it's like there's something wrong, but you don't know what the wrong is. But like you feel like it
just feels like a little cold. Really,
that's what I'm saying.
I bet a lot of it is the worry that it's going to get worse as well.
I think that's maybe a bit of like, a bit of mainstream media has played a bit of that. That's not helped, has it? Really?
Nah, it won't, man. It won't.
Well, listen, I've had a really bad, like 15, 16 years ago, I had a really bad flu. I was hospitalized from the actual flu.
Yeah.
And I was really bad, and then got steroids, and I actually lost so much weight from it, and it took me a solid 6-7 weeks to get over that.
Did you have? Because my father had this. My father had this when he was living with his mother and father in East London. He had rheumatic fever. Was it that?
No, all I was told was I was taken to hospital. They'd done a test because at the time I think there was something else out. Swine flu, I think I want to say.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that.
But it wasn't obviously like COVID or whatever. I got tested and they just said to me,
Ebola, wasn't it? Ebola.
I remember that.
No. Swine flu. It was swine flu.
Before Ebola.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 15, 16 years ago. And that's when I started getting the flu jab because I had such a bad dose of the flu.
Yep.
But they gave me steroids and I'll never forget it. Like I sweated. I've never sweated so much in my life. And I've never lost so much weight so quickly in my life.
Yeah.
That sounds like what happens if I take paracetamol.
Really?
That's how you do
yeah. I'm really allergic to paracetamol.
Really?
Virgin, I'll show you. I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and ever since then, I went like from like this to this to this to this to this. I can eat as much as I want, and nothing stays on, dog. It's like, I don't know, food just like escapes me. It just like goes, man. It's
you know what it does, Peach? It jumps from where you live in Canada and fires all the way over to Scotland and goes down my mouth and then my belly. There's a famous scene in an Austin Powers movie where he goes, "Get in my belly!
Get in my belly!"
That's what happens. You sussed it. You absolutely sussed it, dog. Lukington, what's up, my G? How are you doing, man?
Hello, lady.
Hello, boys. How are we?
Oh, Brad.
Legend. Look, Legend, I can't believe I'm actually speaking to you, mate.
Wow. This is it. Well, I had what you had. 3 weeks ago. I tested positive. The whole family did. Stuffy nose, little bit of a headache, little bit of a cough, little bit of a sore throat, little bit of a sore back, little bit of a tight chest. Then about a week later it went. But by God, mate, it is hard work getting out of your system. It tires you out, mate.
Yeah.
I took a test today thinking I was going to see a negative test. It's not come up negative yet, and I'm really annoyed. I'm like, hurry up and just leave, just go, so I can go about normality. I know I need to do two things.
Expect going to bed about. If you go to bed normally about 10:30, you're going to bed about 9:30 for about 2 weeks, mate. It's my experience.
Oh, flip me, man.
It's just you just need.
Hopefully, it doesn't get worse. Hopefully, mine doesn't get as bad as that.
For me, mate, it was just tired. Just everyone was just tired and irritable and just blah.
Yeah.
So hopefully, mate, all you, the kids, the wife, bang it on the head and move on. But for us, it took about 10 days.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm trying to stay away from them, so that's the key part. So.
Yeah, that's what Mozzie said, Luke. He said that it just wiped him out. Like it kind of almost felt like a pneumonia. Like it just wiped him out. He just felt achy.
It certainly puts you. It certainly puts you off your drinking.
Yep.
Yep.
But knock on head, mate. You'll be fine.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's a little bit like a WeStHaM performance. Everything's just a bit.
You think things are going to go all right, and then bang. Listen. I've got a stat for you, right? It's kind of WeStHaM related, but it's kind of not. Are you ready for this?
Go on.
Sebastian Haller's stats at Ajax. You ready for this?
Oh God!
Shut up, Anton. You know it's going to be good, don't you? You know it's going to be good.
50 games.
Oh, Stelios is smiling so big right now, like a Cheshire cat. This is... go on, Anton. Go on.
50 games, 41 goals, 15 assists.
Stelios, stop smiling, Stelios.
But the thing I always said was, if we hadn't signed him before we did sign him, in the transfer window, would he have been one of the players we'd have been looking at and desperate for us to sign?
Probably.
Would he have?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
unequivocally, but we also have to admit that as much as we say Norwich and Burnley are rubbish, they're a lot better than how many rubbish Dutch teams can I name off the top of my head?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
The league is definitely not at the standards of the Premier League. Yeah.
And plus, I'm guessing
It's a little bit above the Scottish league, but it ain't great.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Excelsior.
Is he playing with a strike partner out there, or is he up to
what I did hear right at the start when he went out and he was banging in goals at the start, that the fans weren't enjoying having him there because he does change the style of play.
Yeah, because
you have to feed the box. Yeah, he's a focal point. You have to feed the box, and that means that and we all know how Ajax are and always have been with the amount of players that they've produced, which is creativity, building from the back, tiki-taka football. And
100%. And Raz made a good point. Like, is he playing with somebody? Because when he was playing with that, what's his name? Rubic or
no, Jovic.
That's it.
Jovic, Luka Jovic.
When he was playing with him, he was like in his element. And he wasn't just the focal point. So, no, that's a good... Is he playing with somebody else, or is he just, like,
I don't actually know
on his card?
That was the question, because the amount of... When we were playing with Haller and stuff, when we were still playing for us, I was crying out for him to play up top with someone else. I was saying I don't know if you remember it, Anton, because I was always commenting on WeStHaM Network saying, like, why aren't we playing him with a strike partner and stuff? Why is he playing up front by himself and stuff? I was crying out for it the whole time, and then we sell him, and look what happens.
He's actually, I've just looked, so Ajax played today and beat FC20 5-0. He scored a hat-trick, Haller. And they play in a 4-3-3.
Yeah, but we can say all we want about what he's doing at Ajax, but we have to look at what we saw in front of our eyes. And that lad, for a lot of the games, was sat in the centre circle on an armchair with a table in front of him, drinking red wine and smoking a cigarette for about 70% of the game. And I can only judge him from what I've seen.
But then again,
for WeStHaM,
my birthday.
The closest he got to a defender was asking for a cigarette lighter.
Dude, whenever FC20, do you remember Steve McLaren going to FC20 and then all of a sudden he had a Dutch accent?
Yeah. He's not the only one that's done that though. What's his name?
Shut up! No,
Joey Barton.
Serious?
Joey Barton when he went to France, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Reece, what is that?
Yeah, they're not as funny as when they've been in wherever they are for 10 years. I mean, listening to someone like Jan Mulby with his Scouse Danish accent, hilarious.
What the? First time I heard Steve McLaren in a press conference, I was like, who is this guy? Like, he turned Dutch over. He was holding the umbrella for Sven-Göran Eriksson, and now he's like at FC20 talking like a Dutchman. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah. Do you know what? See, talking about Steve McLaren, have any of you watched the Rooney documentary?
I've watched highlights of people reacting to it. So you had like Curtis David, you had Rio Ferdinand, you had there were a bunch of other footballers on there, like just talking. They just saw the movie and then they were talking about how it was, this and that. Apparently, it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah. Really.
I'm gonna give it a watch. What about you, Anton?
I just want to make an quick announcement.
What?
Congratulations to Tom and Rebecca on getting engaged.
What?
Yeah, I've seen this in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, big up Tom and Rebecca. That's
Tom Atherton.
Yes.
No way.
Yo, we broke the news on Random. We broke the news on Random about like them like having a baby, which didn't go through as good as gold, but now they're getting engaged. That's gonna go through better than gold, platinum, and diamonds all combined. So,
Anton, you're married, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, good luck, lads.
Single life is the best life.
Great news, but hard work.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah,
man.
you can say that again. Look,
that is magic. Yeah. So no, to the Wayne Rooney thing, I'm gonna give it a watch. You're gonna give it a watch, Anton?
I've done it. I've watched it already.
What's your thoughts on it?
I know one shouldn't feel sorry for a player on £225 billion an hour, but I always felt a little bit sorry for how the weight of the world was put on Wayne Rooney's shoulders, and then when he didn't deliver, we absolutely slated him as a country.
We do that though, don't we?
Should have got sent off to go to Portugal, should he?
Oh, that was.
Yeah, but we do that though as a nation. Like it's, they do cover that in the documentary. But Rooney even says, like, the press were looking for someone new. They targeted Beckham. I mean, do you remember '98 when he got sent off against Argentina?
Yep.
Do you know who his first away game was against?
WeStHaM.
WeStHaM, and I was at the game.
And didn't they have an effigy in a
Honestly, you're right. Look, mate, it was I'm trying to think. 98. What was I? I would have been
35.
I was 15. Right. I was 15.
Yeah, but what's that in giant years, Anton? What's that in giant years?
Dog years and giant
Listen,
years.
at least I was there. Still probably was supporting Chelsea or didn't even know what football was at the time. So
yeah, we're still back in Cyprus or something.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, I was at that game, and my thing I always remember is my mum's reaction. So I was 15, so I was reasonably impressionable. However, I didn't react because I was with my mum, and I'm not saying I would have reacted. However, I'll never forget my mum's reaction. She was shit scared for me and for her safety because our fans were awful. And then we used, and from that moment onwards, he was the scapegoat. He was the problem. The thing is, the media never got to him when he was as young as what Rooney was. And I'm not saying what Rooney's done in his life has been justified because of that. However, you can understand why someone's weight has been put on their shoulders and how it can make them think. And his family and all his friends all say, and he even admits, I wasn't particularly a nice kid.
Yep.
So throwing that on top of that is thingy. Anyway, lads, I really need to go because I think I'm going to have a coughing fit and I can hear the missus saying something. So
hold up. Before you have a coughing fit and not a coughing fit, coughing, not coughing. How did you enjoy the movie? Like basically, like 1 out of 10.
The Rooney.
Yeah.
The Rooney movie.
Yeah.
Rooney movie.
The Rooney movie.
Honestly, it's high up there. Like it's good. It's 9.
Oh, I'm gonna give that a watch tonight, man, and I'll email you and let you know what I think about it, man. Because I'm excited to watch that, man.
Was it on Prime?
Prime, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have a watch of it.
It's really good. Like I said, they go in depth with Colleen as well about the cheating scandal, and they both are standing beside each other talking about it. They talk about all the England trips and leaving Everton and all that. They literally go to town. I think it's about an hour and a half long, so it's a good. It's good.
Let me ask you this. So I got 2 questions to ask, and then you can go off and have your coughing fit, not coughing fit.
I thought you were going to say coffee though.
No, and that too. But he's not Wally World. But it's like, okay, so your favorite Rooney goal. What was because they were asking people, and it was a mix-up between the Newcastle one, which I saw when I was in Basingstoke visiting family at a Witherspoons, or there was another one mentioned Man City when he did the bicycle kick and it hit him.
That's my one because I remember it was the first time I ever got served in the pub. When I was 14. I remember that.
Okay.
I find it hard to answer.
But just give me something.
I find it hard to answer because I did see a lot of his, not all of his goals, but I did see some of his goals. But the show did remind me of some of the goals, and
so pick one.
The best one to look at is the Man City one. Surely the Man City one, the overhead kick is like phenomenal.
I disagree, dog. You know what mine is, dog? Mine is when he played for Everton and he scored against Arsenal, Rooney's first goal. That was just like, whoa, like somebody's just arrived on the scene. I was like, and that was a beautiful
I remember him scoring from about the halfway line against us.
Oh, that's what
That's right,
yeah.
Oh, twice, I think. Did he score one for Man United at our place and one for Everton at their place?
Not against us, though, did he?
I remember.
I think he did. When he went back to Everton,
he
went back to Everton and he scored from the halfway line when Hart came out and he put one over. I think he scored one just inside our half against us at our place.
Did he?
I wouldn't doubt it. I think you might be right. And there's like 3 players I remember doing that, and that's really.
You know what? You are right. He did.
He did, didn't he? But there's Rooney.
Look what knowledge, mate. Look at that knowledge.
Oh no, he has knowledge around the
Yeah, he is knowledgeable.
But
Even though he's lazy, he's very
I am also quite old.
What about the Scottish
Quite
play?
old.
Adams did one of them too. And I don't know if it was against us. I don't think it was. But what was his name? Rise. What was his name? Adams. Charlie Adams. That was it. Charlie Adams. He scored one night from his half of the pitch. And then Beckham did it. Rooney did it. Okay, so that was the first question. Second question I heard about the movie. He does not like losing snakes and ladders, Doc. Like,
not to his kids, no.
That's what I'm saying. I heard he took that like really like personal. Like, I'm not letting these motherfuckers win, dog. Like, I'm
I think some people are kind of built like that, though, aren't they? Like, he's
people
just
are
built like that. He's just so competitive. But you can see though.
I think if you, I mean, not saying not football, but I'm quite a big cricket fan. Blah blah blah. It's boring, etc.
It's not really. I like it.
If you look at the stories about the War brothers, there's two of them that played a lot of cricket for Australia, and I think there's a third War brother, and they played really, really hard, really, really unfair against each other in the back garden, and they would never. Everything about them was if you runner up, you're first loser, and it's not a great attitude to have in the modern world. But if you want to get to the top of your game in sport, that's what you have to be.
Sometimes you have to.
If you're not, if you're a runner up, you're the first loser.
Yeah, you can see that though. When you watch the film, you'll see how his kid reacts to Wayne beating him at Snakes and Ladders. His kid goes mental.
Does he? That's it.
Yeah,
we used to go down to this cottage, and my family used to come over from like East London, and we used to go down to this cottage in Canada in Algonquin, and we used to play this game called Chase the Ace. And oh my days, my father's best friend's father-in-law. And he just used to have it on with me every time. Like, he'd beat me and I'd throw a temper tantrum, dog. Like, I would get vexed. And so I understand what his little, and I'm sure we probably already all like we've all been there. You know what I mean? And it's that'll be funny to see, man. But
I don't want to like for that reason. Like, I don't want to. It's not for that reason alone. But my boy Freddie, he goes to football, and they're looking for some dads to step forward for coaching, but I made the cautious decision that I don't want to be his coach and his dad, because I can be like if it's a nice day and I'm out playing football with him, I can be a bit critical. But I need to remember he's only 5, so he needs to have fun as well.
Mate. If you start coaching a soccer team, because I've got a daughter of 6, just the one. If you start coaching a soccer team, mate, everyone else's parents' bullshit soon becomes your bullshit.
Yeah. Absolutely, and that's why I just kind of opted not to. I'll happily take him. I'll silently guide him if I can. I'll be like this. Right, Freddie, step back. Right, Freddie, come back a bit. Freddie, get forward. But that wasn't me. No, that wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hit him hard, Freddie. Hit him hard.
Have an earpiece in his ear, dog. Have an earpiece in his ear, straight up.
It is all about having fun at that age, though, isn't it? It's,
exactly. Because if you do like go too hard on him, he's not going to want to play anymore, is he?
That's the thing. That's the biggest thing I've noticed.
Yeah.
But my nephew's doing really well. My nephew's a late bloomer. He's 13, and he at the age of 5 and 6 was just playing some football, but really wasn't getting on well. And now he's actually, I know Snell and everyone has a bit of a joke about Kilmarnock, but he's hopefully getting a bit of interest around Kilmarnock. So he's 6. He is 6'1", and he's 13.
Jesus Christ! Obviously, he definitely comes from your family, then.
He's 13. He's 6'1".
He's 13 and he's 6'1".
That is abnormal.
You live quite. Is Kilmarnock close to that island on the Scottish coast where they did all those testing with nuclear arms and with anthrax and stuff? Like 6'1", he's 13.
Honestly, mate. Honestly, if you saw him,
how tall are you, Anton, mate?
Oh, he's massive. Yeah, he's massive, man. He is. He's
I'm 6'4". Yeah, but there's I mean, I'm big and stuff like that. But there's a lot of other bigger people out there, like taller people than me. But
I was gonna say, when I meet you, Anton, it's literally going to be little and large.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say you're close to the sun, mate. But I doubt if you see it up there, do you?
You're right. You're right. You're right, especially the last couple.
Because I think you and I are probably almost dichotomically apart in terms of the country. Not as far as you can get, almost.
Well, where you look?
I'm right down the bottom. I'm just north of Southampton.
Are you?
So we have sun all the time, mate.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you've got the kind of you've got the French sun hitting on you.
Another reason why the south is better.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always said
that's why I was laughing about you guys talking about London's the south. I don't think so.
It is.
I don't think so. Like a Norfolk wedding, everything's relative.
But the thing is, like I've always said, like I've never experienced living even closer than what I live just now. So, you know, door to door, if I was to get to the football stadium in 2.5 hours, I'd be like, wow, that would be, you know,
a gift.
Nothing but a gift.
Yeah,
like,
it's about 2.5 hours for me to get down there.
Yeah.
As you all well know, I'm an armchair West Ham fan, but I can from Winchester to Waterloo. I can get to Winchester Waterloo in 48 minutes.
Yeah. So you're in Hertfordshire?
No, south, mate. Right at the bottom. I'm not far from
Hampshire. You're from Hampshire.
Hampshire, yeah.
That's what
but do you know what? Look, as well, like I always hear people say, like armchair fans, like I'm a mixture because of my circumstances. But even if it doesn't matter. We're all West Ham. I always hear some of these people say stuff like that, don't you? Like, oh yeah,
I don't reckon my return ticket to London from here would be anywhere cheaper than yours.
Yeah. That's the thing. I know that. Yeah, it's mad. Isn't it?
I was going to say, I've only been to one game, and that's because of like financial constraints, and then like with my ex and the child and stuff, it's been a bit awkward and stuff. But when I'm back working again, I'll definitely be going to more games.
Yeah, but people don't need to. That's the thing. People don't need to feel like it's not about the pressure. I choose to go. I mean, if it gets ridiculous, if my trains are unaffordable, I don't go. But if I can get decent price trains, and I've got 3 kids, I need to be mindful of that.
Absolutely. That's why I don't think you have to ever justify. Ever justify how good a fan you are.
Yeah, absolutely. But do you know what? Look though. See, living where I live and being from where I'm from, and everyone else probably here will agree with that as well. Peach in particular, because you live where you are, you get questioned. I feel like I've always had that. Why are you West Ham? Yeah. Really? You're West Ham?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your Scottish team?
To be fair,
what's your Scottish team? And I'm like, I don't have a Scottish team.
Same with me and like with the MLS thing. It's like, oh, you don't sound like a West Ham supporter. They talk like Cockney. I'm like, well, you know, I don't. And it's like same with you. You talk with a Scottish accent. It's like, but your dad's East London. My dad's East London, and it's like, yo, East London like yours, and it's like.
The thing that gets me is because I'm born in Southampton. I was born in Southampton.
To explain nothing, Anton. Trust me.
I was born in Southampton in 1977, so that tells you how old I am. So I was born in Southampton. My dad is a Southampton fan. He was a top grade referee in the Hampshire FA. My brothers my brother and him are both Southampton season ticket holders. I had trials for Southampton many years ago. I love Hampshire, and if anyone wants to come and have a fight about what's the best county in the world, it is Hampshire, and I'm a Hampshire cricket boy.
We're talking about this afternoon.
But if you want to say, oh, you can't be a West Ham fan, sorry, I am.
Yep.
I'm stuck with it, and it also as well. If I was a Man United or Liverpool fan, you could say fair enough. But I chose to be a fucking West Ham fan. It's not like
what is wrong with you?
I know, but the thing is, Anton was born into being a West Ham fan. I was born into being a West Ham fan. Like there was no like exit. There was no exits. Like we were in the escape room.
My dad was a West Ham fan, and obviously I come from down there originally. But like when I moved up this way quite young, like when I was like 5, 6 years old. Like secondary school, and everyone's like, well, why'd you go West Ham? And I'm just like, well, because my dad did, and because I grew up around there. Like, I don't know, my accent isn't fully like East London, but it's a lot more East London than you lot, innit?
No, I definitely support.
I know what you're talking about, mate. I know what you're talking about, Reese. What are you talking about,
I definitely chose West Ham for the glory.
Oh my!
Yeah, and that's the thing. Look, as well, it's like, you know, my kids are growing up, and people say to me, "Oh, you're starting them off on this crazy West Ham roller coaster path," and I'm like, "Well, I've got no choice in the matter." But do you know what I found really interesting? Right, I'll tell you this quick story before I go. So I went to Old Trafford the other week, and I took Freddie to the game.
Oh
and
yeah,
my friend was very, very generous. He, through his work, got access to hospitality. So I was like, listen, I'm not going to knock it back. I decided to go hospitality. So I'll tell you about the experience.
If someone's paying for me to go and watch football and paying for me to eat and drink, I'm saying yes.
Yes,
nail on the head. Literally what it was, right? So, you know, we've turned up, and we've gone in, scanned in, and that's fine. And I need to, and at this point, I'm thinking to myself, right, I can't wear. We were told explicitly not to wear away colours, so didn't wear away colours. Dressed up reasonably smart, and walked in. It's sort of cold day as well, and then we've gone up and gone into the hospitality. And my boys called Freddie, and the first thing we see is the big mascot for Manchester United, and I didn't know his name, but he turned round and on the back it said Fred the Red.
It's Fred the Red, isn't it?
And I was like, oh my God. And being a 5-year-old, it's going to be impressionable on them. And then the next thing, they come over and they hand them this little boot bag. And inside this boot bag is a Man United scarf, a Man United hat, Man United gloves, a Man United football, and a Man United programme, and pencils and pens. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, what have I done? What have I actually done? Because he's gonna leave this experience and he's gonna be a Man United fan. So I thought I need to work this out somehow. I need to figure out how am I gonna sort this out? How am I gonna make him not a Man United fan? So we've gone into the box and we've got ourselves settled, right? And God bless him, he's gone outside into the nice comfy seats, and they are really comfy and warm. And he's starting to open up the stuff and he's trying to put the hat on his head, and I'm thinking, I can't have it. But equally, I can't do the forceful dad thing. Wipe it off his head.
Yeah.
You're not wearing that. It's Manchester United, because that will draw him to it.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So what I said to him was, listen, Freddie, I tell you what, we need to take this home. So in order for us not to lose it, let's put it back in your thing and we'll put it in my jacket. And he fell for it.
Oh, nice.
Fine.
In the bin.
So about
Anton, just a quick one. My friend had a good one. He said he said to his kid said, I want to
Good
blah
night,
blah blah.
by the way.
He said you can have that kit if you want, but you can have it for Christmas. If you want a Southampton kit, I'll buy it for you now.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, I managed to keep him and put it in the bag and put it in my jacket away from everything. So he never thought much about it. And then we were sitting there, the game was on, and I had him in my arms, and I was kind of commentating to him because I wanted him to know there's Dio, not Dio. I was going to say there's Zuma, but it's probably not the best player to talk about right now. So I was like, there's Rice, there's Antonio, the players that he knows about. And he was like, okay, getting excited about it. And then obviously when they scored the goal, Freddie thought that it was West Ham that scored the goal. So because we're in that area, he heard everyone jump up and start screaming. So he jumped up, started screaming, and he looked at me He was like, why? Like, he never said, why are you not? But he looked at me as if like, why I wasn't. And I went up to him and went into his ear and I said, that wasn't West Ham. And he went, I'm sorry, Dad. That's what he said. I said, I'm sorry, Dad. And I was like, oh, man. And
now he lives in Manchester.
No, so we've left the stadium. We've gone back to my mate's house. We stayed the night at my mate's house, and he was talking to me, and he was looking through the bag and seeing the stuff again. And he was like, oh, I forgot I had that, Dad. Why did you put it in the jacket? And I said, oh, we didn't want to lose it. And he said, do I have a West Ham flag? And I went, well, I've got a West Ham flag, but everything I've got is Freddie's, but it wasn't particularly Freddie's. So I was like, do you know what, Freddie? A bit like what you said, look, see, when we go home, I'll get you one. One. So when I came home, I didn't get him one, but I knew when I was coming to the Watford game, after the game, the shop was open, and I was with Stell and all the lads, and they were all like, let's go back to the pub. And I was like, I am going to the shop. And I don't care if I miss the pub. I'm going to the shop because I'm going to go and buy Freddie a flag. So I went to the shop, spent a tenner on a bloody flag that you can get for about £5 or £4 offline. They brought it home to him and he's buzzing with it. So
bless him.
I think I've
got
him. Yeah, I think I've got him hooked.
Brilliant.
That is dumb. Big up, Freddie. I love it.
Little legend.
Yeah. Listen, lads, I do need to head.
On Facebook with him with West Ham shirt on and stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like my little one
Peach.
wants the West Ham kit.
Antonio,
Reese, look, really nice to meet you all. Look, well, nice to
Cheers,
meet you.
Anton.
I've
You
met
have a
the
good
other two
evening, mate.
before.
Take
Okay,
care,
I'll
bud.
approach you before, Anton. Don't worry.
No, I know. Take it easy, though.
Take it easy, my
See you later, mate.
Go on your irons.
Yes, sir. See,
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Hang on, let me-
Me and Raj right in effect. You can't see Luke, but Luke was doing the same thing. But it's like you just can't see him, but he was doing the same thing. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm wrapped in my West Ham fleece, mate.
Oh,
I've got a Hampshire cricket T-shirt on
what?
and a West Ham fleece wrapped over me.
All I got is I got the West Ham robe, the same one that.
And it's the
Go on.
castle as well.
Oh,
The insignia is the castle, not the shitty
Yeah.
That is
dishonor.
the proper.
yeah, but you look when you go back to like in the day, it's always been the Iron Star because this is like this is Mr. like special, and it's always been
Yeah, you've
like
got a castle on yours, haven't you?
no castle on this dog. This is like original things.
Even so, I do love the castle.
No, the castle is dope because that was like our fortress, right? I do love the castle.
Yeah.
But it was a bit of rebranding, wasn't it? Which didn't need to be done. What do you think about if Daniel Kaczynski takes like ownership of the club? Do you think he's gonna rebrand it to like change badge colors and all them things, or do you think that's just a bunch of like?
He
No, I
won't
wouldn't
change
do
the
any of
colours.
that. But
I can tell you that now.
honestly,
He
mate,
will not change the colours.
He better not. He better not.
Look,
looking
what
at
happened with
looking at
Cardiff.
him, I'll be honest with you, mate. I've done a smidge of research on him.
Mhm.
I don't think he's got enough money
Mhm.
that you think he has in terms of
Really?
football. In terms of
Really?
football, because it is a different gravy.
Yep.
I've looked at all of the money
Yep.
was in his he was the protege. So what's the opposite of a protege? The Svengali.
Okay.
So all the money went from the Svengali to the Svengali's daughter, who is engaged. I don't think they're married to Kretinsky. So all the money is actually with his girlfriend, stroke partner, stroke wife. I mean, not to say Kretinsky's poor.
Mhm.
You know, he's not like you and I. He's probably
Mhm.
got about 500 million, but
Mhm.
I don't think 500 million is enough to cut it in today's
No.
Premier League money.
Yeah.
To be honest
As,
with
as
you.
we were saying about
Yeah.
the new badge, like I don't mind it. It's just this bit. It's just the London bit on it that I don't like.
Oh no, 100%. And if they change that to Stratford, that'll be even worse, dog.
Yeah,
They-
or just put East in front of it. Have it as East London.
No, yeah,
That'll be right. Or just get rid
for-
of it altogether. That's
the
what
London
I'd say do with
thing, Raz. The London thing is for tourists,
it.
straight
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
That's for
exactly,
tourists.
exactly.
If they just put Stratford underneath, get rid of it because like no, that's not our home. So it's like no London, no Stratford. Like we don't East
Put
would
East
be
in front
the
of it.
best.
Put East in front of
East
it.
would be the best. Dog.
Or get
East
rid of it
London
altogether.
would be
That's
quality.
what I say.
Yeah,
That's what
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
I would say the amount of people I argue with about London is crazy. Like everyone's like, "Oh, this bit of London's the best." I was like, "Turn around and fuck off. East London is the best bit of London." Literally, I'm always arguing with people saying East London is the best bit. Always arguing with them.
Where were you going? Where? Okay, well, turn around. Fucking go there. Like, don't talk to me about this shit. Piss off. No.
Always like, it was a turn around.
Yeah, but let's be brutally honest. The best part of London is Westminster and West London, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Oh,
The one where all the
come
lovely
on,
museums and Harrods and the Westminster are. Let's be honest. That's the nicest part of London.
No, it's a bit that though. It's a bit that. See,
No,
East
best
London
bit,
is
best
just
bit, best
like,
bit of London
yo,
is
it's
East
just
Greater
real.
London. East Greater London, that's the best bit. Romford, Harold Wood, Elm Park, Hornchurch, that's the best bit of London. East
Is that the
London,
bit? Is that the
Greater
one?
London.
Is that the part of
Yeah,
London
no,
where all the
what do you
theatres
mean?
are?
Part of London, where what? Sorry.
The theatres are, and all the nice
Call that
restaurants
bollocks.
are, and all the nice
No, that's
museums are.
No, that's no.
Is that where Westminster Abbey is?
No,
No.
that's like
St. Paul's
Tottenham Court
Cathedral.
Road, isn't it?
But
That's like
Hornchurch has a
Tottenham
really
Court
good
Road,
Wetherspoons.
dog. How do you mean? That ain't near us, dog. That's Tottenham Court Road's thing, dog. That ain't us, dog. We're like Pie Mass, Teddy Dills, and all them things.
We
dog.
are.
Yeah,
they-
exactly.
West
Pie
Ham
Mass,
are.
Teddy
West
Dills,
Ham
You
are,
as
but
a
come on.
Hampshire have the
London was
croissants. You have the croissants and like all like some snooty tooty things. Trust me,
Oh,
me
where
and
was
Raj
I?
got the trains and the girls' names finished.
Where was I? I can't remember where I was.
Where was that, man?
Last year, I was somewhere. I can't remember. Oh, where was I? I was somewhere. It was the end of one of the overground lines. I was somewhere out, like east-ish, like way,
Hold up, one
and
second.
like it was a pie mash shop. So we were like, I was like, oh, pie mash. And I was with a few of my mates, and like they're from Derby way and all that, and they were like, my mate goes, but pie mash is a northern thing. I just turned around and went, what the fuck are you on about? Pie mash is East London through and through. And then my other mates were like, yeah, pie mash is East London. Reese is from here. He knows what he's on about. And my mate was like, I'm never wrong about anything. I was like, you're wrong about this though. But yeah, East London is the best part of London. Changed my mind.
Uh-huh.
How are you anyway, Luke?
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. You? Good, pretty
Yeah, not too bad.
poor
Not too
performance
bad.
today, I thought.
Yeah. First 25 minutes, though. First 25 minutes, half an hour, we played quite good. But then after that, it just went to shit until we brought the substitutes on. Peachy's back in the building.
We just don't shoot enough.
No, I know. And like Antonio's not been playing great either. So, like, I went out there with a completely out there point earlier saying stick Craig Dawson up front for the next game.
I wouldn't say Suchek, maybe. You can't fucking pass the ball, so you might as well head the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, Peach was saying, you have a word with Peach when he gets back on the headset. He was saying about Suchek having a good game today. I was like, he weren't bad, but he weren't good. Like most of his passes were going to blue players.
Suchek is the most underrated player on our team. Honestly, I think he is absolutely brilliant. If you know how you guys get the red button and you can follow a player like when you're watching the match, next time do that with Suchek because we can't do that over here. Do that with Suchek next time and see how much ground he covers because he's absolutely immense.
Well, then go off and do the marathon. Don't play football.
Right,
no, he's a brilliant footballer, Doc. How do you mean? He's a brilliant footballer. He's like one of our best, man. Honestly, I think everybody's
can't pass the football.
Oh, you can't pass the football. I think he's brilliant, man.
That's actually the one thing I could do. Running, heading.
You left footed or you left footed or right footed?
Heading wasn't for me, but I could.
Left footed or right footed, man?
Right footed.
Oh, see, that's where it all went wrong. That's where it all went Pete Tong. Because the best footballers are left footed, dog. Like honestly.
And to be fair, Peach.
Yep.
The fact that I'm right footed.
Yes.
Is the least of what went wrong in terms that I didn't make it to the Premier League football.
No, I can imagine. I'm not having to go. I can imagine. So I'm not even going to go there.
The main one was I thought I could earn more money elsewhere.
Yep.
And I did. Being a high class rent boy, I did that.
Yep, same as my father, homeboy. Exact same as my father. He got offers from like mad teams. Like he was playing in the Isthmian League, but he got offered things from mad teams and teams that we hate too. But he thought he'd be better off moving to Canada and making more money here. Real talk. But now football's turned into like some $1 billion industry that's freaking insane.
I mean, as I said earlier, I'm a cricket fan.
Yep.
Honestly, I mean, I know you guys don't know about cricket, but honestly,
no, I know about cricket, dog.
I don't mind cricket. I watched the World Cup.
I would prefer.
Trust me, right? Like, he's trying to stereotype us. Like, oh, you guys, like, right?
Prefer to be a top class English Test match cricketer going to New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, the West Indies, India, and playing at home in England with not so much pressure and press attention, but earning $1 million and £2 million a year, rather than, I mean, being a footballer, man.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah.
It's just, they've got all the money, but
it's like being a celebrity.
Let's say, imagine you had a son.
Yeah.
All right, let's put it that way. Imagine the three of us were Premier League footballers.
Yeah.
And we were actually normal, but the rest of them, man, they are just kicking a cat, going to Greece and getting absolutely nutted.
They're above the law, but you have to like what did Puff Daddy say? It was like more money, more problems, and it's so true because like these people, I know they're playing football and they're playing the game that they love, but they're really like celebrities, and it's like now they have to act as role models. They didn't sign up to be a role model; they signed up to be a footballer. Now they're having to act as like role models, celebrities. Like go to this shoot, that shoot, this like appearance, that appearance, and it's like there's a lot, there's a lot at offer. Like what you saying about the cricketer. Oh, I'd 100% be a cricketer on 2 million rather than like some footballer on
Yeah,
like
man.
22 million. 100%. I hear that all day long. What about you, Rise? Do you agree with that or no?
I'd rather make my money doing something else, like
Yeah,
than being a footballer.
that's what I'm saying.
Imagine if you went, Reese, imagine if you went on tour in the nicest hotels all around the West Indies, all around those islands. You were there for 2 months and you were playing cricket in the sun.
Yeah.
Compared to,
Going
oh man.
and playing when it's pissing down with
Yeah,
rain.
but I'd rather.
And also as well, I'm
guessing.
guessing if you had if you imagine the England cricket team, you could probably have a conversation, a chat with them. Imagine talking to Jack Grealish and Phil Foden.
Yeah.
Oh, screw.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you were talking with a cricketer, you'd be talking more about like. I could probably have a conversation about trains with them and understand it a lot more than.
Yeah.
Bosh. Yes. Bosh. 100%, man.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah. It's the same with like
Is Larry coming in?
Well, I put the link up, man. He's just not clicking on it. We all love Larry, Law. We all. I think it's over here. You know what it is. Come on, Lukington. You know what it is. It's the Super Bowl, isn't it? So he's probably making tons of food, man.
I mean, that's why. That's another thing about cricket.
Yeah,
the American public generically moan about cricket lasts for 5 days and it's a draw.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're on the pitch for 5 days.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl lasts for about 7 hours.
And half of it's commercials. And like if there was no
cricket, and flybys by a team of
America.
Yes. What's that about?
I don't know, dog.
And a halftime show.
But I do respect the flybys though, because that's patriotic. And America is really patriotic, so I do respect that about.
Yeah, but if you like planes, go to a plane show.
I know, but it's patriotic in the sense that it's like this is a game that. They kind of stole off a rugby that used to be called ruggers, and they made it their own because you got the kicking and the throwing in it just like ruggers was. So it's kind of like they stole that game, but it's like they made it their own with calling it American football to kind of stick it into every European, South American in the world. Like, we're going to take your game football, call it American football, and we'll have kicking and throwing just like you have ruggers. And it's like, so they've made it their own, which I don't agree with. But then patriotically, they have the things flying over because they're being patriotic about it. I respect that. I respect when Justin Timberlake pulls 2 things off Janet Jackson's tits. I respect that. So it's and tonight I know, but listen, I watched the Super Bowl. I watch it more for the halftime show. And you got Eminem, Drake, Dr. Dre. I'll be Mary J. Blige. I'll be watching that, dog. I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan just because I fell in love with Boomer Esiason and Nicky
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. I don't really watch NFL, but
big yourself up.
Vancouver Rough Riders for me.
Come again?
But yeah, no, I was talking
the Vancouver Rough Riders.
I love that. See, that's a CFL team. You're a boss. You are a boss, dog. Right. Yeah, there's NFL and then there's CFL. Right, and the CFL pitch is wider than the NFL pitch, and it's we only got 3 downs and they got 4 downs. So it's
but Teach, I only like them because they're called the Rough Riders.
Oh, I know where your mind's at now. Your mind is in the gutter like butter went sour stutter. How do you mean?
But yeah,
to be fair, of the North American sports, as I call them,
yes,
I would say I like
Yep.
But I just hate all the stoppages and the I can't be doing with them a game that should last an hour and a bit, lasting 3 hours.
It is very tactical.
Basketball, I don't. Basketball's to end, so I don't really understand what's going on anyway.
I haven't watched basketball in years.
Baseball is, if you say cricket's boring,
it's like watching paint dry.
Baseball's really boring.
Paint dry. Yeah.
I've seen ice hockey in real life, and it's brilliant.
Love it.
Ice hockey on TV, you can't really see the puck, to be honest.
No, when you go to an actual ice hockey match, it's magic. It is magic. Like, and even when you go to a baseball match, like, you'll still leave early because it is like watching paint dry, but you have a good piss up. The only thing it's missing is a sing song because all they say is like.
Yeah, but that's the thing. What people don't understand say about cricket, Test match cricket. If I go to Test match cricket, I'll go to Lord's and I'll take half a dozen cans. I'll take half a dozen pork pies. I'll take a banana to keep the wife happy. I'll take a sandwich and I'll sit there and I'll just shout. You don't shout, but you certainly sing.
No,
and you're there for 8 hours.
I know.
Happy days.
I know. No, it is. Excuse me. It is happy days, 100%. And there's a difference between baseball and cricket, 100%, because baseball is like watching paint dry, and it's like it just gets tired. It just gets like too tired, man. And they're not singing. They're not having a bit of a party like this to me. This is a party like if you go to a darts match or if you go to a football match. Like this is like trust me. Hold up. Oh, see, it came on.
He's a terrorist! What are you doing? That donut is holding it.
Go on, kid.
I do love him. As much as he's a prick, I do love him.
He's a lovely prick, dog. What a legend, man. How do you mean? Oh, another legend's in the place. Got an L across his face. Woohoo! No, he doesn't have an L across his face. He has a yellow thing, and Rise has left the building. What is going on? Oh, there he is. There he is.
Come on, Pete.
I know. I fucked it.
But yeah, I was saying, I'm quite close to this American girl, and like, I know a lot of American people prefer NFL over football. Like, but she was going. Oh, I can't. Earlier, she was going. Oh, I don't want to watch the NFL Super Bowl today. Like, I much prefer soccer and all this. And I was like, now you're talking. Now we can have a proper conversation. You know what I mean? And I was like, she was like, oh, I used to play like in school and stuff. And I was like, before she got injured and stuff. And I was like, what position did you play and all this? And then,
I may be only one of the only English people in the world who has no problem with them calling it soccer.
I do. I have a massive problem with it.
What?
But because I'm close to her, she's hot. I let her get away with it.
Well, yeah, well, you know, that's women, isn't it? You can if they're hot, you can let them get away with murder.
Oh, I let her get away with it. She's hot.
But where do you think the term soccer came from?
I know. Do you know? It came from the association. Well, it came from. Let me school you. And Lawrence even knows this. Let me school you.
Sorry, what was
that? My friend. It used to be, what up, my G? It used to be called the Association of Football. So what they did is they took the SOC out of association, plural, they called it soccer, Bob's your aunt, Fanny's your uncle, and Vic is my best mate. Done.
It's football. You kick the ball with your foot. It's football.
You get what I'm saying? American football should be called like hand with a touch of
egg.
football. Like
hand egg.
Larry, how are we?
How are we, Larry?
Larry.
I am very good. When I saw 3 legends on the live chat, even though I'm doing a little cooking for the Super Bowl, I had to come on.
You're the legend,
Yeah,
Bob. Yo, we're following your role, Mr. Barbecue. We're following your role, Mr. Barbecue. This is your day. This
Larry,
is your day,
Larry, can I say thank you for what you tweeted to me earlier as well? And stuff like, I know I've not been me the last couple of days, but it really meant a lot what you tweeted.
Well, we're like you say, Rise, we're a family, buddy.
Yep.
So every time I'm always there. All good.
We're always there.
Also, as well, if we are a family, can I be the weird old uncle that no one really talks to?
Well, you are the weird old uncle. but for some strange reasons, I want to talk to you.
I know. I'm gonna be that weirdo that pulls a chair up and just like talks his ear off all night and be like, "Yo, talk to me, son. Talk to me.
I'm the wayward son. I'm the wayward son."
I haven't had a chance to see so much of Peach's live stuff because it comes and goes on the weekdays. You guys are on bed, so I wanted to follow this. So then the ranking shows for Tish was on, but I was like, then I saw Luke on here. I said, I got to hear. Then I saw the comments, and I was like, I have to come on at least for a half an hour or 45. But yeah, I'm already cooking stuff for the Super Bowl.
He is a brilliant man. How you mean? Yo, what? Yo.
So are you? Sorry, Pete. So,
no, go on.
So who is in? Sorry, me to be ignorant. Who is in the Super Bowl this year?
Go on, Lawrence.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Bengals and the LA Rams. And I know Peach is a Bengal
So the
fan.
LA who?
Rams.
Huh? I'm sorry, LA Rams. Yeah.
Yo, Lawrence.
Sorry. I last looked at the American football scene in about the late 80s. Isn't it the LA Raiders?
Well, not anymore. You've lost a couple touches. They left LA and then they went back to Oakland. Now they're in Las Vegas. So they're Las Vegas Raiders now.
Yo, Lawrence, I gotta ask you something, Doc, and I want you to I think I showed you this before, but this is how official it is. This is from when I was I forget how old I was, but we went to Walt Disney World, and it was this thing that did photo shoots of your favorite American football team and this, that, and the third. They didn't have any visuals or graphics on WeStHaM United, so they had this. Watch that, Doc.
Oh, nice!
What is that?
Full out supporter. Yeah, dog. Back in the day, dog.
Who is the
Cool.
Oh, baby Pete.
Who's the big
Hey, Peach,
who was the big? Who's the best player?
I know, Doc. I know.
Who was the best player in the 80s? Who was the guy? Was it the Fridge?
Oh,
Walter Payton.
Oh, no, Walter Payton was dope running back.
Walter Payton was one of them. Yeah, for sure.
But the Fridge, what was his real name? He played for the Chicago
I have a
Bears.
signed picture from Walter Payton.
Wow.
Who's the Fridge?
Richard,
See the Fridge?
Perry, Perry.
Perry. So you're right. Didn't he go to Clemson? So you're right, Peach. I think it's the Fridge Perry. I think Perry. Peach, you got it. You're right around
Perry.
Yeah.
I've got a signed picture from one of those from back in the 80s. And I wrote a letter to him.
Yeah.
I must have been about 12, 13. And I said, was he Chicago Bears? I want a Chicago Bears kit. And I just got a signed picture back from him. But either way, I've still got it.
That's better than nothing. Yeah, that's still good.
Jim McMahon was the quarterback at that time. He was a legend. Yeah. He was a legend.
Peach knows his NFL knowledge.
Oh, done.
So what American sport are you, Larry? What's your favorite?
American? It's definitely the American football. I'm a huge Baltimore Ravens fan. It's NFL. Because I'm from Baltimore, so I'm a huge fan of that. Then I'll get into baseball, and I like college sports a lot too. And in Auburn, like I said, and you follow some of my conversations. I'm here because my wife works at the university, so big Auburn University fan on their sports as well. But it's got to be the American football I love the most. And then this sport here, the Super Bowl, it's more theatrical and all the other stuff. So everybody does different things. They cook, they bring. It's just going to be me and my wife tonight, though. But I cook some, skewers, different things like that.
As I've got older, I've always found American football the Super Bowl to be quite funny because it's quite a manly. On a Sunday, we're going to get the barbecue out and we're men together playing American football. But it is a very, very, in inverted commas, festive event, isn't it? With all the dancing and singing.
It is.
How long is it until it kicks off?
Luke, it starts at 5:30 my time. So what I got? I still got an hour. But Luke, it's not very far from.
I might stick it on, to be fair.
Premier League fans as well, because I can tell you something right now. What attracted me so much, West Ham. I told you the story about why I liked the team, but the faithfulness. And the family
why you like West Ham, mate, is why we like West Ham, because you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
that's true. I never said I wasn't. I didn't say I wasn't. But I love idiots being together, right?
Sorry.
But no, you're right. So it's like that. So it's a big fan of tailgating, getting together and stuff like that. I'm getting a little older, so we don't get together with as many people.
But as I say, it's quite a manly thing. But then at halftime, you have Backstreet Boys.
No, I'll be.
It's incongruous, isn't it?
Well, Luke, let me tell you something. I know Peach is all about that. That's not every NFL game. And to me, I don't like it. It's cloudy. I'm more into the game. You know what I mean? But Super Bowl is totally different. They have certain commercials now that they pay millions of dollars to put their commercials on. So you have the best commercials ever. So it's more of a it's like a celebration. It's weird.
I've seen it.
They call it
on TV with all that stuff.
A water cooler moment. That's what they're looking for, isn't it? A water cooler moment.
Yeah, it's bizarre. But like right now, I can see if you guys see it. I got it on my big screen. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got it on my big. That's pregame now. The pregame started 4 hours.
So where's
ago.
the game and how big's the stadium?
L.A. and it probably holds about I'd say about 80,000. I'd say conservatively.
Are they all drinking Budweiser?
In the UK, I'm going to stick it on in the background.
They're going to be drinking something, probably Budweiser or Michelob Ultra. One of the two.
Larry, is your Budweiser? Yeah, no, that Stella's nice. Is your Budweiser as bad as the Budweiser we get?
I'm not a Budweiser person.
Budweiser's piss.
Well,
sorry.
No. Well, all Europeans, and I agree with you. You have a certain standard to your type of beer. It's different. It's stronger. And like this beer here, I can drink many more of them because they're not.
Hold it up, mate.
You know what I mean?
Hold it up. What is it?
What?
Hold up, Larry.
Yeah.
Hold up the beer. What is it?
Oh, it's a Michelob Ultra.
And how strong is that? And how much is in there?
That one's a 16-ounce
championships on.
But it's only holds. It's not very strong. It's probably about 3%.
Ooh.
So it's low.
And is that in a metal tin?
Yeah. I usually have the smaller cans. This is for the Super Bowl. I bought the big dogs for the Super Bowl for my celebration.
3%.
3.5. Let me see what it is. I can't tell really.
Right. So Super Bowl's kicks off at 11 on BBC Two, and then it brings on the women's football show, and then it puts the Super Bowl onto BBC One.
Luke, 4.2.
That's not too bad.
Okay, I'll turn
I'm
TV off
that.
Hour then.
That's a cooking lager. It's a cooking lager.
I love you, Luke. Now, Stella, when he's drinking it,
it's all about.
Now, me being a sailor, being all around the world, I've had many Stellas before, draft or bottles or whatever else. So
I bet, mate, if you've been around the world, I bet you've had a Heineken in every continent.
Exactly, they all taste different. Each continent.
Yeah.
To be fair,
a Guinness in every continent, and they all taste different.
They do. It's weird. It's how they store it, whatever, but it's different.
Frankie's drinking Hennessy, and Patty, you're drinking water, Larry.
Frankie's from the States, so he's trying to say it's a joke. I understand.
I've got some water. Hang on, let me go get some water.
But Frankie, I understand what you're saying. It's a joke because they say the light beers, Luke, or in the States like that, are you're drinking water. My wife actually says that, but I can cook all day, drink the beers all day, have a little buzz, and
we call it you're drinking a shandy.
Oh, is that right? So it's
I've got a bottle
good.
of water here as well.
Bud Light.
Reese, what have you got?
A bottle of piss.
You've got a bottle. No, you've got a bottle of water. Remember, we're speaking to our American chums, so we have to pronounce the English language correctly.
Water.
Hey, Reese.
Water.
That's what I would drink for breakfast.
What's the alcohol content? Look in the back. What's the alcohol on yours? Because sometimes they change from where they're at.
3.5% on the.
That's horrific.
Okay, Luke.
Get back on the Stella, Reese. Get back on the Stella. You're wasting your time. 3.5%.
That's what I drink for breakfast.
3.5%. That is why God gave you kidneys.
3.5% is for breakfast. I'll tell you what I do like though. It's a Polish beer called Perla or Perła or something. 7.6%.
Is that the green cans?
No, the black cans. They do green cans, but the black cans are the stronger ones. It's 7.6% R percentage, which is 15.2% actually because it's Polish.
No, just drink Stella. Sam as well. Nice.
I mean,
a nice 4.5 to 5% lager.
Yeah, I know. But when I was like 15, 16, 17 and all that, and I'd go out.
What 2 months ago?
I'd drink cans of that and it would get me done in about 3 of them.
Mate, when I was 16, when me and my mates were 17, we'd get 8.7% lagers, shake them up, stick a penknife in them, and shotgun them.
Yeah, that's what we used to do.
You don't need to do that anymore.
They're literally
you don't need to do that anymore.
No, I haven't had one in about 4 years. I haven't had one in about 4 or 5 years. It's been a long time.
It's like these dickheads drinking Red Bull. Don't drink Red Bull, just drink water.
Red Bull is great.
Well,
no, it's not. It really isn't.
It wakes me up.
Yeah, so it's a kick in the bollocks. You don't want one of those either, do you?
Yeah, well, to be fair, Red Bull doesn't really affect me anymore, because I've
So it's just to stop drinking
so much of it. Yeah, it's literally water for me. And then I'll drink this 1 can of Monster that don't do anything for me. I'll just use it as a soft drink now.
Oh, Monsters are
you kids.
It's just
that's a lot of sugar.
I import Perrier water from France.
I really want to import Code Red Mountain Dew from the States. Because
that's still strong too. That's got a lot of sugar too. That gives you a
little.
They
don't sell it over here
anymore. If you're looking to get a healthy drink, don't import anything from the United States.
Did I say I was looking for a healthy drink? One, they taste nice. 2, they're about the only energy drink that actually gives me energy.
Because I'm sure a banana and an apple might do the same, Reese.
I'm immune to most energy drinks by these days.
To have a banana, an apple, and an orange.
What are these words? I've never heard them before.
Luke, stop! I'm you're killing my Super Bowl buzz with all this vegetables and apples and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I need beers and chicken wings and steaks and beef.
I had steak for dinner. But yeah.
My countdown's an hour away.
But you think it's so, Larry. You and I can eat steaks and all that stuff, but Reese isn't married. But you and I are married, so half an hour to 45 minutes in the toilet every morning is a fucking godsend, isn't it? Because you get peace and quiet.
To be fair, when I was with my ex, that used to be the thing.
You're a classic, Luke. You are always formed today, buddy.
Right, Peach is back.
Well, I've got more books in my back toilet than I do anywhere else in the house. I've got my football magazines, I've got my cricket annuals, and I've got a back catalogue of Viz in there. I can quite happily be in lock myself in my back toilet so my wife and my daughter can't get anywhere near me. But if I could stay in for an hour, I'd be happy as Larry.
I was going to say, are you happy, Larry?
Not as happy as Luke, I guess.
But yeah, no, like I get what you mean. When I was living with my ex and my daughter, I used to take showers for ages. Like now, I could be done in and out, cleaned.
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta check my meat. No plan.
Okay.
That's what I just had to do, dog. Word up.
Okay, when Larry, well, I'll show you the photo I was looking for when Larry gets back because Peach, you show the younger photo of you.
Yeah.
I will show a younger photo of me.
Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have
right,
it.
I think that might be Larry. Oh no, we're good. I was gonna say we heard. It was. Oh god, what's going on?
Come on, Bryce.
It was.
What are you dealing with?
I heard it twice. So I was going to mute Larry till he came back, but like we don't need to because it's not coming out twice yet. Am I looking too dark on your guys' screen, or do you want me to turn a light on? Do you want me to turn a light on? Am I looking too dark?
Bring us some
You
light.
do look like you're in a. You do look like you're about to rape a clown.
There you go. There you go. Lighting things, dog. There you go. Yeah, so like it's Super Bowl things over here. So I'm looking after like a brisket and chicken wings and like Scotch eggs and sausage rolls. Like, oh, we got to get it sorted. So apologize for being away for a bit, but just had to get 2 things sorted.
Reese, why are you so long in the face?
Oh, look at this boat race. Look at it.
That's my cow mask. It's my cow mask. Like, because I went on holiday with my ex and her family and the daughter and everything to Spain about 2-3 years ago. And I saw a cow mask in Spain. I was like, I'd get it. When my ex was like, no, you're not. I'm not letting you get one. So I was like, fine, okay. As soon as me and my ex split up, I went on Amazon and bought that. Because I was like, fuck you.
Oh. Yo, you gonna watch the Super Bowl, Rise, or no?
Yeah, it's coming on in about. It's not on TV yet. It's on in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick it on TV in about 20 minutes. Are you gonna watch it?
What's that come again?
Are you gonna be watching it?
Yeah, no, just here, dog. Just here. It's lockdown like these ways, so you can't go anywhere to watch it. So I'm watching it here, man.
Well, to be fair, I doubt there'll be anywhere open here that you can watch it in anyway.
Is Dan Marino playing?
Dan Marino's playing. Yeah, so was Joe Montana and Jerry
Dan
Rice.
Marino, what a player!
Good player.
Who was Dan Marino used to play for again?
Your team, dog. Your team.
Who's the only team unbeaten all the way to Super Bowl?
Your team. Trust me. He was a madman. He was a showman. Shawman used to manage them. He looked older than like 100, and he always got it right, man. The manager of those cats, he always got it right, man. He was wicked. He was a wicked
but if you're talking Super Bowl, for me, you're talking Wayne Gretzky.
No, but that's Stanley Cup. That's not Super Bowl, dog. Get it right. Come on.
It's all about Ty Cobb.
Oh, come off of it, man. Now, okay. Now, this guy went from like NHL to like
Johnson.
NBA to like, yo, where are you going next?
Magic Johnson.
See, now you caught me. Okay, because I knew the first one was football, American football. I knew the next. No, hold on. Who did you say? No, the first one was NHL. Second one was Major Baseball Association, Major Baseball League, NBL. Frankie Johnson. He's a singer, isn't he?
No, I said Wayne Gretzky.
Yes, NHL.
Ty Cobb, Magic Johnson.
Oh, NBA, Magic Johnson. NBA, Magic Johnson, and then what was the middle one?
I think all 3 of those are all tight ends for the New England Patriots.
The dog is back.
Run this question by Lawrence, because Lawrence will be on the same page as me. Wayne Gretzky is NHL hockey. The next boy was who?
Right. I reckon the best 3 players to play for the New England Patriots
No, you're
were
talking
all
shit.
tight ends,
You're
and they
I-
were Wayne
See,
Gretzky,
I know.
Ty Cobb, and Magic Johnson.
Okay, so that's NHL. That is Major League Baseball, and then that
Yeah.
is NBA. All
Yeah,
tight
so the New
ends.
England
I get
Patriots
what you're
tight
saying.
ends.
I'm gonna right,
I get what you're saying.
Peach.
Go on.
You know you showed a younger photo with you.
Yes, let's
Are you
see
ready
it.
for a younger
Let's
photo
see
with
it.
me?
Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it, dog.
Oh,
What? This guy's like,
awesome.
what?
Reese,
What?
which one are you?
The baby, obviously. Obviously, the baby.
This guy.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus
like,
Christ.
obviously, me hanging out with a train as a baby, like me hanging out with a train these days. Same
You're
thing.
destined for trains, Reese.
Oh, definitely, always.
Trust me. So Lawrence, let me ask you, man. Like, I know
Yeah.
you thought today's performance was shit. Do you fancy us
Shit.
against Newcastle, or are you like kind of like, I don't know?
You know what? I still think we'll do good against Newcastle, but I'm very disappointed today. I
Yep.
think like Rise had it right on point. I thought at first we were controlling the match. When's the last time that we scored the first goal? Think about it. When's the last time we first? It's been
The only
several
time that's
matches
happened
since-
when we won 1-0.
Yeah.
Can
When's the
I
last-
interject? Because I watched
Oh Lord.
I watched Villa versus Newcastle today,
Yeah.
and I thought Newcastle didn't create a lot, but they created more than Villa. But
Yeah.
what I would say about Newcastle today, they looked really good at the back.
Shit.
If they're looking
it
good at
doesn't
the
matter.
back, then we are fucked unless we stick Craig Dawson up top.
Well,
Boom.
you keep saying it. But the thing is, Luke, I still
I'm down
have
with that.
faith in our team. We're not playing our best. Anton hit it on point. We had the players. We got 4 points, and actually the FA Cup when we played piss poor.
Kidderminster.
Actually,
Yeah.
now
My
Kidderminster
my problem, Larry, is we've not looked good for a few weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
can I
agree
be
with that.
brutally honest?
Yes.
We don't create a lot of chances in and around the penalty spot,
True. Very true.
and that's my biggest worry. Is I think at the back against anyone, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Our defensive unit's pretty good. I've got
Especially with
I do have
Diop
problems
today.
with Souček and how he plays, but defensively, no problem. But going forward, I mean, you look at it today. Fornells isn't a left winger. Lanzini, he can't command a game anymore. And I just think we don't create a lot of chances. And my worry is because, as you know, where I live, that FA Cup game away to Southampton,
Next door.
next door.
I'm going to get a lot of abuse if we don't win that.
Yeah.
And not only if we don't win it, I just have always a problem. West Ham just don't seem to turn up.
Yeah. I agree
But then
with you.
I'm a doomsayer, so
Yeah, I agree, Luke, with you to an extent, but I think right now we're bound to play better. And I thought at first, the first 10 minutes of the match, at least, maybe not 25, first 10, we controlled the match. And then Leicester, they were not. We let them into the game and gave them confidence. I guess that's the thing. And then second half, we forgot how to control and pass the ball. We have a very hard time pushing the ball forward. We need something like what Barnes was doing, where he was creating things for the team. Granted, he was playing against Sufal, he was terrible today. Sorry, and I like Sufal somewhat. I thought I didn't mind Fredericks, and Fredericks did bring some speed. I would have brought Johnson on. Because I think he would have done the same thing. And if you notice, Fredericks turned the ball over a couple of times. He had a couple of things, and his speed made Barnes not go to the left and made him push himself to the center, which was good. But I think Johnson could have did the same thing. And he's a big guy, and I think he's better when we're pushing the ball down the pitch.
Yeah. As I say, I've just matched it and King Power Stadium is the closest Premier League stadium to me, I'd say. Because it's only 44 miles away.
Okay.
Whereas Norwich is 59. So. So, because I was saying earlier, I was like, I'm not sure which one's close because I'm pretty much in between both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's only 44 miles away from me. So that's what we'll chuck
Peach,
out
what you got? Peach, what you got for dinner tonight?
So just to say,
I'll
sorry,
tell you
I'm
in
just
a minute,
thinking
my
about
friend.
that, Reese. I would say that the closest Premier League football stadium to myself, Larry, and Peach is the same stadium. It's just I'm a lot closer.
Which one?
Well, I'm guessing Southampton is the closest to Canada and America.
Oh, I don't know, because
Yeah, because it's on the coast, man.
yeah, but it's on the south coast, whereas Canada
Yeah, that's
and
where we
America
fly
are
in
that
from.
sort of
That's where we
way.
fly in from, Doug.
No,
So
I reckon Southampton. I reckon. Okay. The Titanic
it
left
would be
Oh,
from
Southampton, Bournemouth,
Southampton.
or Portsmouth.
It
It would
didn't
be
leave from
Southampton,
Peterborough,
Bournemouth,
did it?
Portsmouth.
Yes, it did. That's
Go
why
on,
it's most
Bryce.
famous.
Go on, my G.
No, I reckon the closest. Yeah, I reckon all of our closest, apart from yours, Reese, is our closest stadium is Southampton.
Yeah, mine's Leicester.
Hmm.
But I've
Hey,
never
Luke,
been there.
So,
I've never
so
been there.
basically, lads, Peach and Larry, I'll see you over here in a couple of Wednesdays' time, and I'll take you out into Southampton. It's
I
your
would love
closest
it.
stadium, no excuses.
There you
Hey,
go.
I'm telling you, Luke, I'm getting. I give it a little bit longer. I'm going to get close to retirement, and I'm going to call. I'm going to take you up on that offer because my goal is
No,
to go
mate,
there.
you're more than welcome, mate. I've got more than
As soon
enough
as you
room
come over
for
here,
a...
Larry, I'm coming down to London. Just saying.
Can I just say, Larry, you and your wife are welcome in my house, but
Thank
because
you,
of
sir.
my cat, your dogs are not welcome. And if you bring, and because of my cat, if you bring Kurt Zuma, you're also not welcome.
I was waiting for that one.
Well, also, having said that, my money's on my cat because she's from Southampton, the tough side of Southampton. She would kick his ass.
Zuma will be. Listen, Zuma, he'll be having a cat nap, honestly. So you don't have to worry about Zuma. But Lawrence's dogs, Lawrence's dogs love cats. Like, how could you say that to the man?
No,
You don't know his dogs. His dogs love cats.
My cat doesn't love dogs. Ergo, it's her house.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bit again. I go back to the Lawrence. You're married. Is it your
Yes.
house or is it your wife's house?
Oh, 100%.
Wife's house.
Yeah, I hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah. Is Lawrence? Is it your house or is it your dog's house?
Dog's house.
Yeah.
I'm just lucky to have the man cave I have around here, and that's my utopia.
Word
That's
up.
it. That's
Yeah,
all I have.
but they still come in occasionally, don't they, Lawrence? They still come in occasionally, don't they? They're still there.
They're always
Yeah, I
there.
was going to say,
And sometimes they make you feel like you're in control, but really, you're not. You know what I mean?
To be fair, my dog,
I got you.
when I had him, he was good with my mum's cats. To be fair, he'd just lay right next to him and stuff, and nothing would happen. Like, bless him.
What kind of dog you have, Bryce?
I used to have a little Staffy, but sadly,
lovely.
he passed away.
Yeah, but
sorry,
again, Reece, yeah, that's awful. I've been there having to put down some cats.
Trust me. Yeah.
But again, if you've got a house and you've got a dog and you've got a cat in the same house, which one of those two runs the house?
The cat.
I'd say the cat.
Well, cat.
I'd say the cat.
Definitely runs the house. The cat runs the house if there's no dog there. The cat runs the house. It's just human and cat.
Up.
I agree with that.
Word up. Listen, boys, it's Super Bowl time. I got to splurt. Lawrence has to splurt.
Yeah.
Bryce, he's wearing his panda pajamas. Lawrence is wearing no, not Lawrence. Rise is wearing his panda pajamas. Lawrence is wearing WeStHaM. Go on, my G. I'm wearing WeStHaM. Go on, my G. I know Lukington's wearing. Oh, shut up. I know Lukington's wearing some Southampton things. I see it, dog. I see it.
Hey, Peach. I want to say one thing real quick.
What up?
It's been a minute since all three of us have gotten together.
Yes.
So I'm glad I took this time to talk to you guys because you guys to me are part of the, like Rise says, the family. So thank you.
100%.
To be fair, I've not really been on the YouTube scene much in the last 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm back with vengeance, bitches.
I like it. I like it, buddy.
And yo, no, don't worry. This we'll continue this. Like our next game is when on Saturday against Newcastle.
Yeah, Saturday,
Yes.
Newcastle. Yep.
Yo, we'll continue this after the match. Lukington,
Yeah.
show
All
up, you
respect.
posh
Yeah, all
bastard.
we should
Show
do
up.
is Fox's bullshit stream
No.
in a few days' time or tomorrow or something.
Great hearing from Luke. Luke is a legend. And no
He's a
shit.
lady.
Hence his name.
Ray,
Hence his name.
just ping me, mate.
Sorry,
Yeah. I'll
Just pick
respect
me.
you guys.
I didn't hear that again. Sorry.
Just ping me, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Ping,
Ping
ping, ping, ping,
Send me the
ping.
link.
Send him a
We'll
link.
set up
Yep.
some bullshit stream about us chatting bollocks for in a few days' time or something. Yeah.
It's
Yes,
all good.
sir.
Yeah.
And
Sounds good.
Yeah, lads, good luck with your, as they say, Super Bowl.
Super dude.
what, you got the winners right here, dog. Straight up, you got the winners right there.
How old were
Is
you
that
there,
the
Pete?
Vancouver Rough Riders?
I was like, what, 100 years old right there still?